Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Live from the Sword Coast podcast. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly dungeon master this evening. This is part 3 of our full-day gaming marathon, our annual tradition of meeting up in person while I'm on vacation, and me trying to kill some PCs as hard as I really can. If you are joining us for the first time right now, we are continuing on playing Mongoose Publishing's incredible Traveler Second Edition role-playing game. I'll link in the once we finish. I will link in the video description a link to the previous video. But let's jump back in right away, guys. No sense like standing on ceremony, or no sense in standing on ceremony. So when we left things off, things seem to be in a pretty desperate scene, but that's not what we're picking up.
We were partying, weren't we?
Well, you guys were.
Yeah.
Things were very different. Okay, so I think what's happened is we find our scene open in the cargo hold of the Kobayashi Maru, the modified fat trader that you guys have brought out to the planet of Sync in your efforts to try and redevelop the starport that is there. The entire crew and the 22 inhabitants of the planet of Fantasy have all sort of not been introduced to this man cave that, as he described it, that Shinju has created to try, or Shuji, sorry, has created to try and lift everyone's spirits, and also to sort of, get his nerve back as well. The only person who has been missing, of course, is Jerry Hawkins. What, having been introduced to this scene, he was pretty much on his way to bed anyway. Jerry's brother, Harold Hawkins, kind of looks around and seeing that everyone seems to be, there's going to be no end to this party anytime soon. You turn in and you head back up to the first deck, and you make your way down towards your quarters. So you get in there, and you door opens up, and you get in. You're still feeling the lingering. As soon as you stop and think about anything, you've got this pounding headache that still returns from that horrible psychic encounter that you had earlier today. You really just want to get a good night's fucking sleep and try and see if you can't feel a little better tomorrow. You've got whatever your evening ritual is. You've taken your watch off or whatever. Steve, incidentally, loves making sure that he refers to his watch as a chronometer in the thing, because I lose my shit whenever he does that.
I remember you reading about that in a Battletech novel.
I lost my shit. That's for the thing. It's so fucking stupid. For those listening at home, in any sci-fi novel where they refer to a fucking watch as a chronometer is so dumb. It's a longer fucking word than what watch is. Where have we ever thought, this word is too simple. Let's find a harder, more sci-fi-y sounding word. It's a fucking watch. It's always going to be called a watch.
Just like he always refers to his gun as his bone pistol.
Steve bought the body pistol that's in there?
Yeah, it's called the body pistol. It says it might be made out of bone, like as typical material.
So he's referring to his bone pistol. I'll bring my bone pistol along with me.
Although that has connotations that nobody wants to think of.
No. Well, there's a running joke in that campaign, too, where he's just turfed his first couple of roles where he's trying to read what women are doing. And he just thinks that women who have absolutely no interest in him whatsoever are totally into him. Anyway, you've gone into the quarters. You're getting yourself settled in, and then you hear the kind of symbol that someone is at your door.
Okay.
Can you answer?
Yeah, I'll get up.
Okay, so you get up and you walk over and give me, as you're getting close to the door, would you kindly give me a, you're not going to have to spend any side points for this, but give me a telepathy check for me, please.
Add my psi score as well.
Yeah. Oh, massive.
Yeah. 15.
Great. Okay, so as you get there, you get this wave of fear. Radiating from the other side of the door. And the reason you're not having to make a roll is because it's your twin. who's on the other side of the door. You guys have always had sort of this a really strong psychic connection.
Okay, I'll open up the door.
So your twin is standing there, and again, it's still taking you some time to get used to the fact that you don't recognize his face anymore. His face used to be your face, but he's standing there, ashen-faced, and a look of shell shock on as an expression. He stands there silent.
What does the matter?
I saw a dead person. It was real, or at least very much. It appeared real. It looked real.
So in the movie version, we flash back to you standing before this burned, and
it was standing over me. I was on the ground, and
Yeah.
it was up.
I'm picturing you stagger to your feet. At some
Oh
point.
yeah,
And we flash back to the hallway with you guys.
and it was someone from my past. Something fucking with my head.
So someone not obviously here. Or couldn't possibly be here.
Someone dead a long time ago. So either it was a ghost or someone's fucking with my head, but it feels real. It's so very real.
You could smell. You think you still got that stink of like burning fat or whatnot. That when it just gets in your nose and you can't get it out. That's what's still stuck in your
My
nose.
eyes sort of light up. You got to come with me. Come to the cockpit. I need to know if you can smell the burning flesh. Because I did. I can.
Okay, we'll go.
So he leads you to the cockpit. He's actually grabbing your hand really hard, and he pulls you along. You get in there.
Don't smell
Can I still smell the burning flesh?
It's stuck in your nose.
Okay. Yeah. The guy was burnt, and I could smell the burning. I can still smell it. It's still in my nose.
Okay, so you know it's not real, right? It's in your head.
I know it's not real because you're telling me it's not real, and it doesn't make sense for it to be real, but it feels fucking real.
Because there's something going on this planet, and it's whatever you saw, it's not real, but something is making it real.
Ask him to smell the inside of your nose.
How does it smell?
No.
I'm like, so which of you is going to turn upside down? Okay.
I'll just stick my finger
At
in
the
and
very
put it
least,
under his
that
nose.
requires an athletics dexterity check. Like.
Obviously.
So, where do we leave things in the cockpit then? Are you don't have to roll again, but like he's absolutely certain that this is what he's seen and smelled.
So what is it? What's in it? Is this?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Oh yeah, is that tag there? I'm gonna look on the ground. I forgot about the tag. Now I remember the tag.
It fell from your hand. We sort of flash back, and you're standing before this thing, and your hands go down, and the laser pistol drops to the ground, and out of the other hand, the tag drops to the ground. You hear both clatter to the ground. That's when he slowly circled this thing, which kept turning and keeping its one good eye on you.
Is the tag there now?
And you turned and walked away. You look down. Your fallen laser pistol is there. There's no tag.
Can you scan me to see if there's something like biological or technological inside of me? Could it be like, is it psychic? Could it be nanites or some kind of bioweapon?
Can you make a let me think here.
Because if you think of how this place fell, right? It fell. This thing was abandoned in the middle of war, and it was abandoned fast. There's food and shit, like something. People booked it.
Yeah.
And there's got to be a reason. Maybe it was a weapon. Maybe what we're dealing with is
Training. I'm trying to think. I got
no. Is there the heavy weapons? I don't think there is.
History is
No,
science.
Is science?
Yep.
What's your? Do you have a 0 in science, everyone?
I do not.
You do not. Okay, so
I have science.
so give me
I
a
got
science
0
check.
in it.
You have 0 in it? Did you just fill in 0 in it?
No, I have science.
It's an amazing way to make.
I have
I passed 0.
I have a 1 in it. No, because I had cybernetics.
Character generation by necessity.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Turns out I got that too.
Will has some knowledge of science.
My role in intellect or education?
Education, please. Whoa.
14.
Wow. Okay. So what I'm picturing is that to reflect that amazing result, you did extensive research into this when you knew that where you were going.
Okay.
Okay. So you've read an enormous amount about this, what there is to read about the Sindal Empire, about the Dranaxi Empire, and whatnot. So if as we go through, you've got questions about the history or about whatever else, you can feel free to ask me about it, and I'll let you get some information about that. So one of the things that did characterize the fall of, in particular, the Sindal Empire, 2,600 years ago, was the use of biological and chemical weapons, as well as like orbital strikes and and things like that. But the thing is that usually left. There are worlds like Marduk, like I can't remember the other one. I think it's is it Sindal? I don't remember. The other planets that are completely barren, completely destroyed, devoid of life, devoid of civilization. That doesn't appear to have happened on Sync. It's just not populated because it's not populated, or for whatever reason. What you also found is that. So what that suggests is that may not have been used here. What you do know as well, though, is about nanotech. There are two places in the Trojan Reaches where nanotech is a big deal. One of them is a place called Tech World, and Tech World is effectively like kind of an experiment in unrestrained technological advancement. I don't think your character has necessarily been there, but you certainly have read and seen vids and stuff like that about it. And I'll show you just a picture of what the Tech World. It's only one sector over, so it's really not that far away. Maybe you did actually pass through it, now that I think of it. But here's what the where is the picture here? Tech World is in, that's Twaioha. It's
where the Reavers come from.
No, that's oh, there it is. Okay, this is what Tech World's spaceport looks like, guys. That is a massive ball of nanotech that opens to let people land.
Ooh. We should be from there. That's
totally
be our
so just for those listening at home, that is
A vampire.
I was just gonna say that.
what's that?
You all went to 90s songs when you said the world is, and we were gonna. Someone said a vampire, and I thought it. I just didn't say that.
You guys. Oh God. I have my Jeep set to
That
listen
song
to.
kind of fits what's happening right now.
Yeah, really.
Secret destroyers.
Now you stumbled upon my secret.
Yeah.
I planned it all along.
Yeah.
Like any good
Smashing
DM,
Pumpkins.
I'll take full credit
session.
on something that completely randomly happened.
That's his pump-up song he was listening to the last 6 months.
Probably.
Oh, damn it! I can't find the. Sorry, guys. There is another planet that it's really not super important, but what it is the nanotech did run rampant on that world as well, and only at the very last fucking second. It was incredibly advanced, and then only really at the last second did before the entire planet was consumed by this. Did someone basically make countermeasures to hold those things at bay, and that's kind of where we've been, where it's been since. The tech from that planet, there's always a great risk of the nanotech leaving that planet and infecting some other place where it doesn't have the same nanotech defenses. So there are stories within, or places within the Trojan Reach where there are horror stories of what the what do you call it? Hey, there's Cheetico, guys. It's a Cheetico symbol.
Yeah, we found that.
Oh, okay. So anyway, I don't remember the name of the place offhand, but this place you're not familiar with it, and it's unclear just how much nanotech was used as a weapon during the fall of the Sindel Empire as well.
Is there a way we could detect
Nanotech?
Actually, let's get your character in here. We'll go to we'll go and bang on you. Are you still partying at this point?
You guys are up in he's probably yeah, you're still downstairs?
Got comms, you can just give me a ring.
Yeah. Get up to the come to the bridge right now.
What? Me?
Yeah.
Me? Yeah. All right, guys, let's go. I'm headed that way. See you in a bit.
So you head up to the bridge. Yeah, your spirits are incredibly high because you've been having a really good fucking day. You walk in and you see that there's a distinctly stern look amongst the Hawkins boys.
Oh shit! What's going on, boys?
We think we might be being targeted by a nano weapon.
Do you know how to look for nanotechnology?
Got a 2 in science for cybernetics.
Well, we will have that.
You do too?
Yes.
A 2 in cybernetics?
Yeah.
You guys are all okay.
They're like, first we must replace your arms. And like, what happened to my arms? What happened to my leg?
Let me just give you this cybernetic implant design.
I just didn't know if cybernetics
It's like a
would really apply
miswired
to
Siri where it only
nanotechnology.
gives you answers to the questions you didn't ask.
Kevin,
Siri, what's the weather out like right now? The
I-
capital of Paraguay is...
I didn't know if cybernetics really applied to nanotechnology.
new. There may be some nanotechnology applications in installing it, but it's not really the core. I'm just looking at the skills to see whether it would be engineering. Because what are you trying to determine, guys? Is it whether
What could
Are we maybe-
how you
nanotechnology be doing this shit?
could it be
make,
doing it?
Could it make us see these things and feel these things?
Did you go down
Could it
onto the planet?
make the ship crash? Like,
Did
is
you
it,
leave the ship?
is
A little
it
bit.
possible?
But you did leave the ship.
Yes.
It depends on how you define it, because, I mean, cybernetics, according to their definition, is the study of blending living and synthetic life.
But we're not looking at blending and living in synthetic life. We're looking at synthetic life. Period.
I think it's a specialty of science. So I'm looking. I can see that
There just isn't one called
robotics
nanotechnology.
is one that is of science as
I
well.
can see robotics being the one.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
nanotech is technically not life based.
No,
It's completely
No,
It
it's-
would be more like
Could you guys? Could we?
you can still make a roll at 0,
Yeah.
right? 'Cause
Could you guys devise a way of detecting like nanites?
I
Could we
wouldn't
read
well, your
them
first
at
question is
all?
whether something like this
It's
is
good
possible.
possible,
Whether
right.
it is.
Because isn't Gerald wondering if it's in his body infecting him?
Yeah,
That's
so
what
let's see
I'm
if
wondering.
it's
And that's why I
possible.
asked whether or not you
And
step
then we
on
can
the planet
scan me.
because he's been on the
Okay.
planet. He's experienced something. He stepped on the planet. He's experienced something. I haven't yet. Don't know anyone else has.
We went to drop the pump off,
Yeah.
and neither of us have
Yes.
received any
Yes.
infection.
wait, did you
Right,
not
right.
did you not leave the craft when you
I
were hit
stepped
with that?
well, then I get very well actually.
He stepped off, got hit, and came back on.
Yeah, basically.
Yes,
you had to be
exactly.
dragged
Yeah,
back
you're right.
on,
I
right?
did. Yes.
Yeah.
So I actually stepped on the planet too. So yay for me.
A nice brain punch. Get back on the ship, damn it.
All right.
Okay.
So going back. So what are we doing? We're doing a science check.
Yeah, give me a science. So this is just determining whether it is possible. Give me a science check with education, please.
I can help out with hearing.
Oh, that's not as good as the other one.
Oh, boy.
5.
So I think what
What about you, Jaden?
what would be the result here?
You want me to
Doesn't
check too?
Jaden also have the same skills?
Yeah, but it's going to be a skill change. So his roll is going to give a -3 to your roll.
Can I help with supplement with
Same,
engineering
that's
knowledge?
why remember skill chains. So if you're
Just
making
a
a
0
roll,
then.
you
So
can
you
roll in a
got
skill
+3.
chain. You might add to it, you might not. The way the skill chains work is like each one sort of builds on the last roll.
Okay. What am I rolling against?
You're rolling against an 8. I'm just giving you. So
-3.
No,
so
I got a +3, so it's just as
so it's just
0,
8,
okay.
8
Yeah.
on the nose.
Can I try helping with?
And
fuck.
What'd you roll?
6.
Oof. So again, if you're building on his, it's a skill chain. Read page 60 if you want to understand how that works.
No, I was gonna say I was gonna try and assist in it. Like,
There's no such thing as assisting. There's skill
Okay.
chains, right? So that's why I've been trying to say that again and again. That's how this particular game models those things. It's
Okay.
not just a flat, hey, get a +2 because you're doing something. It's you roll in your skill chain, and however you do on that, that modifies the next roll.
okay.
so you
You know.
theoretically, if everyone does really well, you could get like a 50 because everyone's added bonuses.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I like the way it because it gives there's a consequence if you've got someone who's got barely functional skills who's like, I'm going to add a
Please don't help because you're not going to.
Yeah, exactly. What was the roll that someone else made where it was like a 3?
Wasn't it Corey?
Oh yeah, it might have been Cork. Yeah.
That's right, because he was going to help him with the computer stuff.
Yeah.
He distracted him.
All he did,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. When he was installing.
draped his boobs over his shoulders.
Are you
You're
sure?
not helping.
Honestly, that's the first way I was thinking about doing it. I'm like, it's over sexualizing the character, and Corey hasn't established her as doing that, so I don't want to do that. But that was the first thought. So she was leaning in too close, and he was distracted by her.
Well, and they haven't been taking me up on their pleasure needs.
You've been hogging the only two females that we've found.
There's 20 men. You got lots of options.
And that is a very
Mm.
good
You have
option.
a lot
Yeah.
of options.
We actually still
Matt
have
Damon,
two options.
Brad Pitt,
Exactly.
George Clooney. Like, what do you
Okay,
need?
so they basically say that this is not possible.
So they no, I think you still can bring again. It's still a chain. So if you want to try and make a
Fighting
roll,
a
right now
minus
you've got minus.
5.
Would you roll 6? No, they don't.
They don't stack?
The negatives don't keep compounding. Let me.
It's only -2.
Yeah, it's just that your roll affects the next
-3.
one. You rolled a 6, you said?
Yeah.
So -2. So you'd have another
against
-2.
Oh, so it's against the last one.
Yeah. That way, so like if things go bad, it's supposed to be a bit of a
Doesn't
back and
get
forth.
worse.
And yeah. So Brandon, you
Except
can make,
I mean, I don't have that. I was gonna.
Oh, you
try to-
did
that's
not
what I
training
was
science,
so he's got
engineering is what I'm
-5.
trying to get at.
so you can make a roll of you had no training in science. You could make a roll at -5.
That's what I'm sorry. I was trying to. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Would engineering help those guys?
No.
Like, okay.
No,
So just roll an engineering roll then if you think it's.
I don't think engineering would.
Okay.
No, it's a science. This is a theoretical.
So if they've ruled that out, could it? I wonder. Could it be something psychic?
You're saying that?
Harold, what do you think? Could it be something psychic?
I have studied.
Weird that he's asking him about that, eh?
I could.
Do you have training in psychology?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, nice one. So yeah, give me education.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, nice. Okay, so with what you first experienced, yeah, there's a potential for really powerful psychic presence.
Could be used as a weapon.
It could be a sonic. Here's the thing: because you rolled so well on your history roll, you are certainly aware of a species that has come to be known by all the different current species as the ancients. What the ancients were is a phenomenally advanced species or a series of species that, if some ethnologists are to be believed, populated the Zodani, transported them from Earth, from Sol rather, to Vland, where they became the Villani, to whatever, Zodant, I think it's called, where they became the Zodani, to all the other to where the Florians are. There's a group, empire in the Trojan Reach called the Florian League, where it's two basically genetically altered versions of humanity. One tiny little spindly giant brained version, and these giant horrific Neanderthal type brutes that work in a symbiotic relationship. In addition to these genetic alterations, the ancients are also said to have created weapons. Both first off, technology that is so far advanced of anything that's even conceivable in any of the current starfaring civilizations, and also whatever eliminated the ancient civilization, that conflict developed insanely powerful weaponry as well.
And
So
it's conceivable that they could have created a psionic weapon.
there are recognized sites where there is remains of the ancients in spinward marches, which are again coreward or above this one if we're looking at the map. As well, it's said to be there are secrets of the ancients in the Rift sector, the Great Rift. But the Trojan Reach generally are not known to have a lot of ancient presence, or at least they have not been found. The ancients are known to have have very advanced psychic abilities as well too. At least some of the species, if they were indeed different species, it's really not known whether it was multiple species or just one with species with divergent strains or what. But whatever caused it to you is either well beyond what your experience with psionic capacity is, or it's just not something that's psychic. It's something that also is causing that. So what do you tell your brother?
Well, it could be. It's a stretch, but it could be ancient technology, possibly. Maybe they devised a psychic weapon of some sort, or maybe it's something totally else that we have yet to figure out.
Can we do we have scanner? Can we scan me just for abnormal anything inside me?
I don't know if you can scan for psionics with
Or
technology.
biology or nanos or whatever. Maybe it's something we don't even know about.
So
Is
you
there a
want
way
to
to
see, or if
scan?
you want to see if you're infected with something.
Yeah. Maybe I'm infected. Just like general scan of everything.
Medic,
Medic would be.
hit that up. I'm gonna give you a boost. It's a 0, but
No, he's a medical
Well, I guess
expert,
but I guess he's wanting to, if we can boost my skill yet, make it higher.
right?
If you want.
my dice
Is
rolls
there,
have
like-
been shit, so there is a high risk bias.
So I'll go to wherever we keep the medical shit, I guess, and then they can.
So your which, sorry?
I said, well, let's go to wherever the medical shit is kept on the.
Again, it's not a medical bay on the ship. It's you
But there'd
can.
be some kind of stuff for like if we're going to be here for a long time, they'd probably have some kind of medical.
There's a
equipment.
first aid kit. There's not like they're not expecting to perform like diagnostic surgery or anything like that.
No, but they when they like if we're
Again, it's not
supposed to be
Star
away
Trek.
from us-
It's not Star Trek. It's not like portable things that double what an MRI machine does or something like that. Take a look at the med kit. Does it have any kind of advanced scanner in there?
Will appears in the door.
That's fucking
What's
awesome.
going on, party poopers? Woo, Will! Jim, how'd these two suck you into their hole of sucky?
I don't know. I guess I was just curious.
Like, what happened to the party, man?
Shuji's down there by himself on one wall.
Is no one saying anything to Will?
Too
Just
busy.
ignoring him?
Uh,
What are they doing?
it would be like
Jim,
the TL12
Jim, fill me
level.
in. What is this nonsense?
Yeah, just make
Senior Gerald was
Yeah, I don't think so,
freaking out.
guys. It's just for those kind of advanced problems. Now that said,
I think he needs a whiskey.
All med kits contain diagnostic devices and scanners, surgical tools, and a panoply of drugs and antibiotics, allowing a
okay.
medic to practice his arts in the field.
Somebody
So-
say drugs.
So let's have you make you collect your med kit and you get your scanner out, and why don't you give me a medicine roll, please, and I'll get you to add intellect.
You're trained in medicine.
A medicine roll or medic roll?
Medic.
Okay.
Just medic.
You say add intellect.
Well, then Jaden's trained in medic too.
Guys,
so-
remember how the task change? Brent, what I keep repeating is the task change. You're free to do that, but it's not a guaranteed bonus.
I know.
If they roll poorly, it just hurts your chances. So basically you're giving yourself two opportunities to roll shitty.
I guess so.
I mean, it's also the one way to look at it is you get two opportunities to roll well too, but
15.
But right, there's if two people
Yeah.
with medicine in there, I'd
Right,
like,
you're
you know,
better two experts working
If,
together.
like
is
if I was in
different
a
than-
room and there
Yeah.
were two doctors, I wouldn't go. One of you go away. I'd want them both there.
Right, no, but
discussing
think of it
you're
this way,
talking
Brian.
about something different. I'm talking about what the skill mechanics are here. So if you're asking them to make skill rolls, which is what you're doing, if you're asking narratively, hey, they're putting their heads together, then that's fine. But
I'm doing something, he's calibrating the thing, and if he screws up the calibration, then I'm trying to use it to read, and I get a false
yeah, and
reading,
I
but
just want to
think
reemphasize,
it's-
like there's no such thing as helping other and just getting a flat bonus. It's
No,
always
I
skill.
understand how mechanics work.
He's
Were
wanting
you
to
trying to get him
kill
to roll again? Then is that what
I
you're
was just saying, hey, it might be worth it. I don't know. I'll leave that.
He
to
was
the
hoping
doctors.
for the gamble to actually maybe he gets a good roll.
Sure,
and
yeah.
helps mine.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. It's just that's again, it's not a guaranteed thing. So,
But I got a
forgive
15.
me if that's what I was.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah,
I just,
okay.
you know,
Okay, so how do you roll what?
15.
Okay. There are no anomalies. His adrenaline levels are really high.
Mhm.
There's like whatever kind of indicators there would be for stress, but there's nothing
Okay.
alien or
So nanites are probably out.
No.
So as per usual,
Did you
our
say-
scanners don't work for shit?
Did you say the adrenaline thing out loud?
Yeah. Yes.
Will says, I know a good way to burn off some of that adrenaline there, Jerry.
Can you please say the line right now?
Are you in need of some pleasure?
Stop right now. Last thing I need.
Jerry's thinking so inappropriate at this moment.
Jim goes, so that's maybe?
Jerry's on edge right now, and
There's a car in the red.
So, Will, it seems that they're not. Are you ready to head back to the party?
Well,
I need to talk to you.
He's wondering what they're doing, but he leaves. Yeah.
Okay.
Jim wants
At the answer, at the frustration to that question, he's like,
So
well, actually, he's not even going to head back to the party now. He's going to take the girls to his room.
Yeah. We also go collect the girls first. So they're
Yeah,
downstairs.
he's going back to the party,
Okay.
and then
So we cut to you making your way down. You're making your way down the hallway again.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang. It's back. It's tank
Either
to
that, right?
tank to as you're walking along with your cane.
Um,
You're sort of like happily sort of in your own mind and thinking about the girls and whatnot.
yeah,
Tank, toon, toon, tank, toon, toon, tank, toon, 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 tank, toon, 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 toon.
what?
Someone is
turn
following.
around.
No, there's no one there.
I think,
This whiskey's really kicking in.
but I really think we should tell them.
And I'll continue on.
Tank, toon, toon, louder again, almost right behind you.
What's the benefit?
I have something
It
shiny
brings
on
them
me
on
to
the
see
page,
behind me
not the
without
basic
looking.
information, so we can.
You don't keep a compact?
Varying.
A little shocking. Well,
There's a good chance that it's psychic. We will love nanites.
Rouge before you.
Do you trust these fools?
I'll
think
keep
we have a
walking.
chance.
At this point, if it's
Because
just
you trust-
auditory, he's just
I
gonna
trust
continue
that we
walking
have
and
a
just be
better
like,
chance surviving
the-
with them having
the
that knowledge
echo
than
on
we
the
have a
ship
chance
is
of
playing
surviving
tricks on
without
me.
them having that knowledge.
everybody's worked up.
So you're walking
wasted.
along, and you
I'm wasted.
So you hear
And we're not in an area.
the sound of a message coming through on your comm unit.
Okay, I'll pull my comm unit out.
You display it displays sort of the name, I think, first probably.
But it's,
Yeah.
it's
What's the name of your stalker?
I get that.
no, it's
Oh,
those
Angela.
images are from attacks.
It's from Angela.
Oh no. How would Angela get this number?
Well, more to the point, how the fuck
No,
did the
that's what
message
he's
get to
thinking.
you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, right.
Remember, 'cause there's no such thing as-
interplanetary yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, is Angela here?
I mean,
Did she sneak onto the ship?
yeah, there you go. Now we got another ship to get out of here.
No, I think she might have stowed away.
All right.
Oh God.
I'll do like
What was she?
So I'm thinking. So I'll check the message and see what it says.
I see you.
Oh, of course she does. Unbelievable. So now I'm thinking I really got to get back because like Freddy is like my bodyguard sort of too.
One light goes out. Another one.
on
You're
the ship.
standing in the hallway. You're standing in a darkened hallway, illuminated.
Mm.
You hear tang, tang as footsteps.
I'll start
Hit the metal.
running
In which direction?
towards
Yeah.
the party.
So into the darkness.
Yeah.
Okay. So you turn.
Well, I don't trust these people. I'm still gonna try to get to Freddy.
Would you
Freddy's the person that you trust.
These
Would you make
military people.
a?
The guys who don't like me.
Slaves.
Would you give me an
That's so
athletics
trustworthy.
check? Athletics
Oh, yeah,
and
22 bodyguards.
endurance.
Yeah,
please.
with
Are you trained in athletics?
Yeah, I actually am.
Oh, okay, nice.
He'll come there.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Strength of 4?
Well, no, because you took your childhood things, and one of them I took athletics.
it was a good.
Remember
report.
what you were going to ask me about too? Just I'll come back to you in a moment. I just wanted to finish the scene.
Yeah. Well, it was what we were doing. We came up with a plan and we were
Okay, cool.
contacting everyone.
Oh, so I got a 7.
In total?
Yep.
So you start running, and then because you're blind, you're kind of stumbling around in the darkness. Your foot catches on something. You stumble and fall, and you sort of hit the ground, and you turn around, and there's only 3 lights that are left. 2 of them go out. You're still in more deep darkness.
Yeah.
And you see just that one light going. and you see someone step out of there.
Mm.
It's Angela.
Give it a shot.
And she has in her hand a knife.
Oh.
So she's hot and kinky.
You hear "Bleeding" on your phone again, or your comm unit.
Okay, I'll check. I'll pull it out, and there's also a flashlight on it. I'm assuming. So.
All caps. You left me.
Mm.
She starts stalking forward.
I yell out for good reason.
The lights are sort of like go out behind her and light in front. She's got her head forward, so you really can't quite see her face.
But I'm sure it's her.
It's absolutely her.
Mm.
You've seen her like lurking around outside your house and your apartment and in your hallways and after your shows so many times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I prepare for when she gets close to seem injured, but trip her with my cane as she approaches.
So you're sort of studying this, and again, it's in all darkness right now too. Your eyes are wide, trying to take drinking whatever light you can. You're getting yourself ready, gripping your cane. She's 10 feet away.
Yeah.
Again, she's now 5 feet away. She's 3 feet away. All the lights go out.
I wait a split second and I swing my cane to trip her.
You Matt Murdock.
Tang! You hit the wall.
Mm.
All the lights are back on. These two guys are walking down the hallway. They've come up with some kind of plan.
Yeah.
When you see he's on the ground and kind of swinging his cane around.
Are you
letting your the sort of whatever you're feeling at seeing her and that whole experience? Are you letting them see that, or are you trying to hide it with your
bravado?
No, he is like, we have a stowaway on the ship.
We do not have a stowaway on the ship.
We have a stowaway on the ship.
Yeah, we need to.
Whatever you saw, it is not real.
Here,
Well, what could it be?
We'll explain. Here, we're getting everyone together. We're going to do this as a group.
Okay.
Okay, everyone to the central
The drawing room.
We'll just go to the party room and turn off the music, I guess.
Okay. So they can know the music is off.
You guys start turning things off. I'm like, turn that auto bar back on. And I'm getting a big drink.
As you come down, Shuji is actually naked with one of the
Guys.
Maybe this is bad.
You really shouldn't have paused there.
I know.
I'll take the drink from your hand, and you, we need to talk now. It's important.
Yeah, but I need to give him a drink while we talk.
Yeah, you have drinks. Shut up all the other entertainment.
Do I need to put
If you want to leave the
Yeah, you can put space pants on.
if you want to leave the fantasy people downstairs with Freddy, you guys could head upstairs. No one's in the common area right now.
Okay, so we'll go up to the common area.
Okay, so you guys all collect in the common area. You can hear the sort of the sound of the sound or the music from downstairs.
Will is like looking around every corner as they go up.
Yeah. Oh, and like I imagine like incredibly elaborately too, like the kind
And
of
like swinging the cane sometimes, like around a few of the corners, like wham! He goes like, "What are you doing? That bitch is on this."
I picture it's like Pink Panther music. Too.
Yeah.
So So you saw something.
I saw my stalker, Angela.
Were you afraid of her?
Well, she had a knife. She was coming at me. Of course I was. What's she doing on the ship?
You got those messages from her too.
Yeah, I got those. I got messages from
Show
her.
us these messages from her.
So I'll pull up my communication device.
There's nothing on it.
We have reason to believe that we are being attacked psychically.
And it's
And I'll let
somehow some sort of fear, something to do with fears.
It started when we landed, and Harold was attacked.
I have psychic abilities.
The shock.
The hand over the mouth.
I'm aghast.
How could you?
And when we
Yeah,
reached
a
the surface,
tumor.
when we went out to scout the base before we went out there, I scanned for life forms, and that's when I was overwhelmed with something.
Do you think that your psychic reach out has triggered its defensive? This defensive attack that it's making on us?
I don't think so.
You think it would have attacked us anyway?
Yeah, could be one of the reasons why this place is abandoned.
Are we sure it's not some chemicals, plant in the air that are Giving us hallucinations.
I just finished scanning Gerald because he just had an episode in the control room.
Yeah, we
And
thought it
he-
might be nanites, but we can't.
But what about foreign bodies, poisons?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, I've dealt
Now,
with some psychics. Not the
you
kind of
saw-
people you want to mess with.
You saw a woman. Is there anything in your past that you're fearful of?
You didn't recognize the face.
What Caucasian lady?
Afraid of being alone.
Yeah, I'm scared of white people.
I am scared of round eyes. No, I did not recognize the woman.
The only thing that doesn't fit is the first initial incident of the ship being damaged, the engine going out, fires popping up all simultaneously. That just doesn't spontaneously happen.
Maybe,
And I'm not
maybe
aware
it's a
of-
coincidence.
Yeah,
I'm not
it-
aware of a psychic being able to do that.
Because this was a ship that was given to us.
no,
No, this is our ship.
There was no
Huge ship,
sabotage.
yeah, like Brent, that does
Shitty
that
one.
does just happen sometimes. There's
Great ship, man.
there's an idea or a concept of
50,000 credits.
the what's called a sour jump,
Oh,
and
okay.
like the
Oh, shit.
luck as far as like psychic scholars are concerned is just an accumulation of some kind of preponderance of fortune, right? And in the same way that like clairvoyance can see the future, it's the same type of idea. And what a sour jump is just where there's an accumulation of those particles around a ship, and it holds them. This is the same kind of idea of like having a Jonah on ancient sea navies or water navies, wet navies, where someone would just be in bad luck on a ship. But if that person was killed or taken off the ship, that bad luck would end. Killing an albatross on on a ship, same kind of idea. Where although this is just given some kind of psychic justification for it as a sour jump. That's an extreme example of it, but also like ship breaks down. This is an old liner that you guys have. It's not a
So from a mechanic's perspective and an engineer's perspective, that make all sense. Then
It's
makes
a,
Yeah,
it's a plausible reaction.
yeah. This is not like I don't know what would be something that would be just completely outrageous, like water bursting into flame, right? Like that's just like there's no fucking way this happens.
This is like a car breakdown,
Yeah,
yeah, but
like on a long road trip.
Motor pops.
but the part that broke down is
Now,
particularly consequence. Yeah, consequential.
well, I mean, it's bad. It's super bad luck, but
Shuji.
Now, how did you come to inherit this place? How is it that you inherited something that's over 2,500 years old and it's now only being claimed now by you?
In all truthfulness, I do not know.
and more importantly, what kind of a damn death trap is it?
Well, it'd be a great one if we just fixed it up a little bit. Let's go back down to the hole, gentlemen.
What?
We have all the comforts of home down there.
well, something is trying to attack us.
But-
So the question is, what do we do about it?
If it's all in our heads, can we not just ignore it, knowing that it's all in our heads?
Well, it obviously can do physical damage, as shown by Harold.
Wait, yes, but only to Harold. Harold,
That was
That's a small price to pay.
I'm the albatross you need to kill.
If we kill
he
the
is the
psychic,
psychic.
Will believes that maybe that Harold is provoking it.
How do we feel about sending out a search party? You, and now you have all been attacked on this very ship. We are in an enclosed, dangerous space. Do we not think we should venture out?
Well, we should
Jim,
check. The
I
woman
attacked
in
you,
the
just
the
looked at
woman in the outbuilding is not of the same manifestation as the rest of these.
That's
Everyone else knew. Yeah, that's
Maybe we should be checking that outbuilding.
That's what I was thinking.
Or more importantly, some of our fantasy friends.
The other thing is, I think come
They're all
morning.
like,
I
what?
think
What?
the ship has
No, we're
a-
not near. We're not with them.
I
Right?
think
They're in
the
the
ship
basement.
has a
I'm in
crate
the
of
basement.
red coats that we could give to them.
Also, I think
Red ensign shirts.
come
You are all
morning,
now crew.
come morning, we should take the speeder bikes and go to introduce ourselves to the monks. Have they been living?
Wait, we were just talking about going to the outhouse thing.
Yeah,
It's 50
an
feet
outhouse
away.
now?
that's 50 feet away. But we can also visit the monks during the day. The next day, this is at night. The next day, we can go visit the monks. They've been
Good
living
idea,
near
Gerald.
us.
Let's live through the night first.
That would be the plan.
Let's perhaps not leave the ship in the middle of the night.
No, that's why I said morning.
Well, which is it? Are we pumping the water out in the morning? Are we checking the shed in the morning? Are we visiting the monks in the morning?
We can visit the monks. We could go to the shed now or first thing in the
We'll
morning.
do
and-
the
We're
shed.
not
We'll
leaving the ship
we will
in the
do-
middle of the night.
We will do the shed in
Let's
the
turn
morning.
on every light on the ship, sit in a circle back to back, and take turns sleeping.
Do we sing
Yeah,
campfires?
so- no healing for you then, I guess. Or no healing.
Oh,
for
no,
you.
no, I'm sleeping.
Harry's still injured. He needs to sleep.
Yeah.
But I will, if you want, that's fine. We
Fine,
take
Harry
turns
can
sleeping.
sleep in the middle of the pile.
We can take turns in the common room.
All we need is one scout. We can't be attacked when we're sleeping.
No, we need two people
Oh,
awake at
yeah.
any time. So if one person starts flipping out.
I'll take first shift.
What if both of them start flipping out? You need 3 people.
No.
Maybe so far we should check with our fantasy friends and see if any of them have experienced anything. They
Well,
may
and
be
they-
immune to these psychic attacks.
And they should
Because they're
also
barely people.
No, because of their genetic modifications, my friend.
people.
Okay, so there's these.
Not only are they not barely people, they are perfect specimens.
I had
Not
noticed.
only are they barely people.
But they, no, that's
No,
a
they're
good thing.
not
They should
barely people.
we need
He
them
said
in
they
the
were
same
barely.
room with us. So,
Because you guys have been plying them with liquor all fucking night.
They
So,
Right, best
None
sleep
of
party ever.
yeah.
none of them have been alone.
I'll point out on page 76, guys, fatigue says after staying awake for a number of hours greater than your endurance, plus 18, you start suffering a bane on all checks until you rest.
So we all need
One.
sleep. Yeah.
It only happens when you're
so
alone.
let's take turns.
So we'll put one of them alone, see if they're attacked.
Or
Really?
we could
Because
just pair together and not go anywhere without our buddy.
But we,
Alright.
no, because we need
Fine.
more than 2 people in the room. Because if one person's asleep, then the remaining awake person could be affected. It makes more sense. We all just sleep in a single common area with everyone sleeping and keep 2 people awake. That's the most efficient way of doing things.
All right, I volunteer to sleep first.
So, are you dragging everything else? You're gonna try and fit. Take a look at the size of the room in the.
Yeah, it's
deck
not
box, guys.
that big. I guess.
You're gonna fit 28 people in.
The party room is
We're spooning.
no, we
Which
got
room are we in
quarters.
now?
We can stay in our quarters. Why do we have to?
But then you're alone.
so you don't experience those things on
The
your own.
quarters have bunk beds. There's
My God.
2 beds.
But we don't want to. We need more. It doesn't work with only 2 people.
Because if
Oh
one's
God!
awake and
Only
one's
one.
sleeping-
Okay, if one
Third
person's
base.
awake at the same time, it's the same as
Third
only having
base.
one person.
Well, then one person stays on the floor. You can have 3 people in the bunk room.
Okay.
No,
sure.
but it
we
doesn't
need a
matter.
minimum-
Like the last person to fall asleep could be attacked.
The third
Is
one
the
video
point.
table.
Wait, that's why you need 2 people awake in any room at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
But you just
I know what
sleep
you're
in
saying.
shifts. Like, I mean, if you find that you're going to fall asleep, you just kind of wake your buddy up.
No, it's not about that. It's being attacked. If you're the only person out and you're experiencing the psychic attack, there's no one awake in that room to tell you it's not real.
But if there's 3 of you in the room, 2 of you stay awake.
Yes,
Yeah,
then that would
sleeps.
work.
Yeah, but then you're only letting 1/3 of all people sleep at once.
But we're not talking about being
But
only
you-
in a room with 3 people. That's why we want the group.
Well, no.
Oh, see, and I was saying
Because then 2 people out of 30 of us sleep.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
Or
I know
stay
what you're
awake.
saying.
Thank
I know
you,
what you're
Jim.
saying. I'm explaining why it's hard to
you
use the
realize
bunk.
we still have to take shifts.
Right.
Yeah.
So someone is still going to be asleep.
Yes,
for
that's
2/3
okay.
of the night, right?
Well, we can just switch.
No,
Yeah.
if you were
People
doing it
stay
in your
awake.
bunks, you would be asleep for. If you put 4 people in each room, you're asleep half the night.
Why can't we just sleep in the
If you
common?
put 3 people in each room and 2 stay awake, you're only sleeping a third
Okay,
of the
look,
night.
1, 2, 3. There's 5 of us.
I think I remember this question from the LSAT.
Yeah. How do you pair up?
Yeah.
Look,
So, like,
I'll
if I-
be with Judy and Joanne in my bunk. We don't need as much sleep.
So let me ask you, what time do I bring the fox across the river?
Okay.
Too much math.
Okay, so the 4 of us then will just sleep in the common area. 2 of us will stay awake. 2 people will sleep. Then we'll alternate.
The 4 can sleep and 2 stay awake, and you get to sleep for 2/3 of the night.
Or grab a bottle or 2 and venture out and find this demon.
Says the scientist.
Huzzah!
Silence. Like everybody is looking at Jim.
Someone
and
activates
we're
the
like,
cricket app on there.
yeah.
Undercom.
Yeah. Okay.
We could. I'm just going to say this. You can sleep in comfort with 3 people in each quarters. 2 people are asleep. One person's asleep. 2 people wake up. Just listen to the rotation.
There's more people awake then. Less people sleeping.
Yeah, but it's more comfortable than as opposed to sleeping on the floor.
It doesn't fucking matter.
We can bring the
Bring a
mattresses
pillow.
from
If
the
you need
bunk.
VIP,
fine.
if you need
Good.
VIP luxury,
I'm.
we can bring out the.
Look, you can
psychic
use
suite.
Sven as your pillow,
You
Marty
can still
as your
have-
mattress.
Okay.
I will
So
bring you your stuffy too.
what are we doing, guys?
Why don't we just get the fantasies to stay awake, like 2 of them, and we all sleep?
They are a lot harder than you guys are. They could probably stay awake a lot longer than you guys.
Right,
could.
and then they could sleep when the 2 that stay awake could go to bed when we're all done sleeping.
Are any of them
Right.
sober?
No.
Oh no. Not
So we
They
probably
can't
get
sit
about
on,
like
4 of
fall
them.
asleep.
If
drunk.
they fall asleep,
No,
they're
but-
staying asleep.
Okay, compound what we went through, but do it when you're shittered.
Well, so we keep about 4 of them awake.
But
None
they're,
of us-
they're genetically better than we are, anyways.
We choose 4 of them to stay awake.
None of us
Who
have
continue
gone
to
sleep
party.
yet. We haven't been able to get to sleep because we're trying to go to sleep alone. So we pick the 2 female drunks. Who cares? Everybody else falls asleep. An hour later, they fall asleep. Everybody's asleep then. Nobody's getting attacked because we're all asleep.
But it's the
We
last
get
one to
to
fall
sleep.
asleep that's the trouble.
Doesn't matter.
Then you're alone. As soon as you're alone, you need to keep some of them awake. We just pick the
But
4
aren't they
who
just-
want to party all night. Like we go down there, we're like, who wants to party all night? Raise your hand.
Do you have any
Right?
sober-
Everyone's like,
Okay, then we're like, only 4 get to win
Kevin,
this lottery. So we have a
you know,
little
like
game to
oxygen,
decide
like,
who
we have
the
Soviet
4.
doctors that use oxygen
Like a
to sober
Hunger Games
themselves up so
tournament.
they
Yeah.
can
And you have to be
surgery.
really
Maybe I
quiet
have
so
some
you
kind
can't
of
sleep.
something in his medikit
Right.
that could
Like,
sober people.
pretty
yeah, I think so, probably.
There would be something like noise canceling headphones that we could.
It's probably just a switch you flip
We
on
have
the
noise
wall.
canceling headphones. We don't have spaceships that
I
jump
think it's,
around
they're,
the
they're probably
universe.
processing their alcohol a hell of a lot better than you guys
Yeah.
would. 'cause-
Right.
Like
they're
they're sober already. We've had to, like,
Yeah, because
fly
we've been gone for so long, and they turned
why
the
we have to
auto
address
bar
them and
off.
basically tell them what we've experienced and what we think's going on.
They're all sitting in a row.
as long as he says that that's the case, and they're on board.
That guy's a Tookie Slug.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
And then we'll tell them the plan of having a few people stay awake at a time while
Okay.
the rest sleep.
Right.
they're like, that sounds good.
Yeah, remember they're agreeable.
Okay.
I like
Have
it.
any of you experienced any of these visions?
No.
Frightful thoughts.
All right.
And they would have been
Horrifying
alone, you guys. We've been plying them with alcohol.
There's
They've
stim-
gone to
there's
the
stims.
washroom.
Stims.
Like they've each gone off and gone to the washroom.
Yeah.
Potentially, their genetic modification.
They
is
might not
shielding
need it.
them
Apparently,
from the
they're
psychic
looking
attack.
not super horrible. He's got stims, but do they look like they're drunk enough that they would need that?
No.
No, again, like I think what you suggested too, is like you could probably get some kind of booze thing. They could take a pill or injection or something like that would sober them up.
Okay.
Forgot about
Well, then we might as well sober all of us.
a
up.
litter box.
robots.
Yeah, I mean, you could, I guess, do
If
that.
such a thing exists, I mean, and now we're in trouble and we've been
Right.
drinking all night, we might
Robots.
want to take it.
The thing is,
anyways.
if you do it for
Which
everybody
robots are
too,
they?
like there's only a finite amount of those things.
right?
So it may make you.
Yeah, but we might not be in trouble with being drunk. Like, alcohol might not necessarily going to be a problem for us in the future now that we're on.
There's also, I mean, a fair amount of assumptions that have been made about how these things happen.
Yeah, we don't know. That's
Yeah.
true. We're making a lot of
We
assumptions.
haven't figured anything out yet. So it's
Yeah.
all just assumptions.
So it sounds like what the plan is you're gonna have 4 of the fantasy folk who are going to watch while you guys all head to your quarters and sleep. Is that right?
I thought we'd sleep in a common room.
There's probably not that many. I might impose what I might do is shorten the length of time before your next fatigue penalty, just because sleeping on the floor of a starship's deck is nowhere near going to be as restful as sleeping in bed. And I don't think you guys have enough. I don't think you guys would have brought enough like camping stuff.
No, but what if we just grab like a
blankets
mattress
and
and a
the
pillow or something? Like that?
Yeah, you could relocate everything into the common area, I guess.
Like,
If you did that, although
I like Lee's story.
yeah, I don't. I'm fine. I don't want to get lost in the minutia of this thing. The you know how we sleep is really not what the adventure's about. So you guys all managed to get yourself to sleep in the common area. James, Harry finds himself in utter darkness.
Asleep or awake?
Harry finds himself in utter darkness.
Okay.
You do.
Mind link to Gerald.
No mind to reach out to. I think you see very far away, perfect line of light, faint at the edges, but clearly defined, low.
Okay, I'll go towards it.
As you move towards it, light gets a little brighter. It runs along the sides, hits the edges, begins going up the sides, forming the bottom of a square or a rectangle. You think maybe you're within about 30 feet or 40 feet of it at this point. Can't tell what your surroundings are. You can't tell if you're in a hallway, floating in space. There is something firm underneath your feet. You hear something. Hear or maybe sense. Whatever it is, you can detect something beyond the light. It sounds like a radio tuned between stations, combined with the panicked shouting of voices in languages you don't understand and the barking of animals. It's getting louder.
Okay. I will keep moving forward.
You move close enough so the light and the beams are almost at your feet, and the sound is so much louder right now. You look up, and from where the light is shining, you can almost picture a door. And almost on cue, the light goes up the sides, the top. There's a perfect rectangle. That noise, there's a sound added to it now. As something breathes on the far side of what is clearly a door. You wake up, and instinctively you mind link what you've been trying with your brother, and you are pulled awake by your brother. This hasn't happened in years.
Okay, I automatically pop up and look for him.
He's sitting wherever you guys are placed in that room near you.
Okay. Is he awake or asleep?
He's awake, and you guys know, like, you're still linked, so you can look over and have a knowing moment between you two. You don't know what he's dreamed or anything like that, You just know that when you were kids, one of the first ways that he manifested his psychic powers was when he had a nightmare. You know, they always chalked it up to your twin connection, not realizing that you had, you know, gifts beyond that. What do you say?
I'll describe to him what it was.
Describe what is it in your own words.
I don't know if it was a dream or a vision or what, but I was in total darkness. I could see a light off in the distance. I went towards it, and as I got closer, I could start to hear stuff. The light started taking a little bit more shape, where it was more sort of the outline like of a closed door, and I could hear static, like a radio transmission, with people screaming and panicking, and barking of animals. And as I was almost at the threshold of this opening, I could hear a heavy, labored breathing. Sounded very creepy-like.
And it was with the same like place that all the screaming of all them.
You guys are all up as well now too. You've awakened. You can hear this conversation going on.
And there was nothing to describe about this room other than it was dark with light.
Couldn't see it. It was formless. It was just black void. Other than this light, and then these sounds. So it sounded like, panicked people, like a conflict or something.
Can you see to the past as well as the future?
Nope.
What time and how close are we to morning now? Look at my.
It's probably about 3 hours off.
Actually, it would just pop up. I wouldn't even have.
Everyone else is open as well too.
That would probably just flash up in my, cyber eyes. I don't have any just to watch.
Yeah. So so you guys have heard that conversation as well too. Something startled the Hawkins boys awake. What are you doing?
What time is it?
It's still about like 3 hours until dawn.
Said my piece. I'm gonna try to get back to bed and get some rest.
You set 4 of the
right
people watching, right?
Yeah.
There's only 3 of them there now.
Where's the 4th guy?
The men from fantasy look at you and say, "What?"
There were 4 of you when we fell asleep. There's only 3 of you standing there now.
They turn and look. What? There was a 4th?
Yes. You don't remember?
They're looking at you confused, like they don't know what you're.
Oh shit.
Body count.
Yeah, let's do a button. Can we do that through the computer? Or
There are internal sensors that you could. It would take a minute or so to run a scan.
I'll start doing. I'll first and then.
So you get up, and as you're walking along, you actually notice as you're about to pass the airlock to get into the cabin, or the bridge, you look to your right, and 2 airlocks leading out to the exit at the neck are open.
Shit! I'll let go onto the comms. Someone's opened the airlocks. The doors to the ship are open.
So you guys kind of startle awake. What do you do?
I'm going to do the life form scan and tell them the other people to secure the doors.
Sure. You do a scan, and there are, let me think here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for
The crew.
Freddy. There are 27 life forms on board.
So we're missing one. Because we had 22 of the pleasure people, and there's
5.
so that's 27.
6.
No.
6 of us.
Freddy's here.
Yeah,
Oh
Friday.
yeah.
Wait, so one person is not registered?
One person left, probably. Hence the.
But no, he said he's scanned and he's registering 27.
No,
Which
there's
is one.
28
There should be
people.
28.
We're only getting 27 of 28. We're missing one.
Are we?
Wait. How
Is she
many
in the room
crews
with
is
us
this?
right
1, 2,
20.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plus
So
the
that's
22.
6 plus
Oh, there's
22 is
28.
28.
There's 20. Sorry.
Okay.
So,
So I'm gonna do an external scan. See if I can find the
Or-
missing person. I'll tell everyone on the comm we're missing one. Look for them. I'm gonna do an external scan.
Well, how do we know who's missing though?
Can you tell if it's male or female?
Well,
Well, that would be
Well,
easy. Is it
easy.
two
You don't see
females?
any of the 2 girls? They're
yeah,
there.
it's not one of the women. It's one of the men. One of the men from fantasy.
Okay. Like, we don't. Well, can they point out? Well, you guys figure it out. I'm
They-
gonna scan.
they were
Maybe
all-
they'll point out who's missing.
Yeah, they were all together. We'll ask the rest of the fantasy people if they know who's missing, like which one of them is missing.
Yeah, they know who's missing.
And how did they go missing?
They don't know. The 3 others who were awake, they don't know why he's missing. He was one of the ones that you left to watch over you.
But then how did he
There
disappear? Well, what happened to him?
There would have had to have been another pair of eyes on him. No,
Yeah, you would think. Yeah,
nobody saw him. He just.
they say they have no idea.
Well, how did he go from being right in front of your eyes to not being in front of your eyes and gone somewhere?
They're not sure, and they seem genuinely perplexed by it. Like they're not. They just can't fathom how that's happened. So would you give me a electronics sensors check? But you're with intellect, but you're getting -2 because of the quality of the sensors on the Maru.
Do they not know who's missing? When
Yeah,
you
one of the fantasy guys that was awake, watching over us.
But do the other people can identify
They know who it is,
Oh, okay.
but they don't remember
him leaving or
him
anything?
disappearing. Yeah.
Come on, did you not
Can't pick up-
memorize
no,
all of
so-
your friends?
It's probably like the sensors. I'm like, I
22
can't get a
names?
feed on
Well, and
it.
you sort of like you picture you hammer these things
Not
because
a
they're such a piece of shit.
mentalist.
Like it's you know,
I'm a
if there's
magician.
just as an insight, if this is an ongoing campaign, that's one of the things you can improve, right? You can scrap out those shitty scanners and put something much better in.
Yeah, I'll let everyone know that piece of shit. I can't pick anyone up with these piece of shit scanners. I have no idea where he is. He's definitely not. I can't.
Lost one of our treasures.
Make sure these doors are sealed and remain sealed.
Is it possible to outfit Harry with a psionic shield? He seems to be the most vulnerable one, and I'm sure we.
They do have psionic shields. Psionics
Now,
have.
We
the
have
normal
a
defenses.
small ship.
Oh yeah, what he's so
That's
there
attached to our
are
big ship.
there is stuff
And
that's
speeder
psionic
lights.
shielding, Dave.
Could fly around.
There
and
is stuff
look
that's psionic shielding, but it's the tech level is generally beyond what you guys would have had access to.
Light.
Is it?
for. That's a ship.
Yeah.
I've got survival.
Like we have a launch.
Can we say that?
Yeah, and then
includes
we've also got
tracking?
construction.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah, like a
ATV,
truck. Yeah.
I've got a
and,
combat environment
speeder
suit.
bikes.
Gonna put on because I'm still wearing my tuxedo.
Okay.
I've upgraded that.
You were wearing a tuxedo?
this whole time.
That's hilarious.
Steel too.
Okay.
I've upgraded it with a.
That's hilarious. The fact that we only notice it now too. Wait a minute, hold on. Am I the only one who noticed that Jim's wearing a tuxedo?
Space pants, tuxedo.
gray suit.
Yeah.
Cape.
Yeah, you can't even describe what.
This is
Will's
the
wearing.
perfect
The
part
Dazzle
to
Jesus.
land on Strange New
Yeah, but
World.
our ship has a launch, which is like a little ship on top of it. That we could fly around and look for this missing.
No, that's what I was asking about before.
We have a little ship on top.
In
I
the
want to
dark.
take one of the
Turn the headlights on, pilot.
speeders.
Yeah, we
Well,
have
I
those
have-
two.
I got a 1 in survival, 1 in tracking.
Yeah.
Would that be applicable at those kind of speeds?
No,
Or
I
is it
think
a walking pace.
yeah, you're probably gonna want to like a walking pace at this point, and because one of the modifiers would be like the terrain they're going across, and the immediate terrain around the vessel is it's all fucking like tarmac and stuff like that. So
Well, one
I
of you
don't-
should have given
Night
Sven
goggles?
pleasure, and maybe he wouldn't have wandered off.
Do we have night goggles?
Some of us
Yeah.
do, but I think because of we don't know where he's going. He could have gone. We don't know how long he's gone or which directions he's gone. I think it's semi-futile, especially with reduced perception at night, to try and just randomly go out and hope we stumble on.
We got night goggles, and I got tracking.
Kev, how many airlocks were open?
two?
the two leading out. If you look on the page 185, the 2 airlocks that are near the neck there. Those are the 2 that are open.
Oh, there was
Wait,
there were
wait.
just successive airlocks.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Would the computer keep like a log of when they were open? So if I looked in and the sort of like doors were opened at.
I don't think so, but I honestly don't know. Let me take a look. There is a section in here that talks about the kind of security that's in.
Well, if it's
Most
a
vessels
computer
have security
system,
cameras in public areas such as the galley, the cargo bay, and the lounge, but not in private staterooms. Cameras can be viewed from any terminal by any authorized person. Internal sensors on a ship are limited to environmental detectors like smoke alarms, and most ships are not calibrated to detect heat traces or life signs within their hull. It is possible to detect when a door is opened or closed, though these sensors can easily be disabled.
okay, so if they haven't been disabled, then
Can I
you would
go
know.
and see if there's like a log?
Let's check it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, any computer system does that.
Yeah, so it'll be an average, so 8 or higher electronics computers check with intellect, please.
13.
13. Okay, so the 2 airlocks were opened about an hour or hour and a half ago.
Right. Is there video footage of him leaving or in the common area?
It's common area. Yeah, I think you probably can see that.
If anything, there'd at least be a camera for leaving the ship.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
So did he
around.
just leave?
You sort of, yeah, he just sort of like, from what you can see, walked up to the thing, activated it, walked up to the next airlock, activated it, and then walked out the door.
Did he look like he was packing to go somewhere? Just like
Or just walked out.
Same, like, basic or very simple clothing that the rest of the fantasy folk are aware. And
Was he wearing a red shirt?
he was not wearing a red shirt.
He put one on as soon as he left.
He was not wearing shoes though, and he had no shirt.
that does not bode well. That backs I think that adds to credibility that this could be something psychic.
Could have been compelled to leave. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking.
People don't generally leave ships in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night
Naked.
without
Almost naked.
without shoes or
Had he fallen asleep?
we don't know. None of the other guys are aware.
Do we have cameras that can?
If he just walked
Not
one of
no.
them would have had to
Cameras
have
are
seen
only in
him
the public areas. There's no
Yeah, but that's
cameras.
where we were sleeping.
No, we were sleeping in the hold.
from there, like
we weren't
in
in
the space.
We were in.
There
they were
is
watching us.
there are
The lower
cameras
deck. We weren't
in the
sleeping
common
in
area.
space.
All right.
Right.
So would they have any?
Can we check the cameras? We see if he wandered off from his teammate that was supposed to be watching him.
You go back to the cameras, and what you see is the 4 of them are standing there, or sitting, I suppose, watching. He gets up, turns, and walks towards the airlock, and the next thing it cuts to is him opening the first
door
one.
and leaving.
The other 3 make no indication that they saw him leave or that they didn't see him leave.
They've evolved.
Their awareness could have been altered so that they weren't even aware that he was even there, or memory skewed.
What are the 3 traits that I mentioned that are have been amplified about the people from fantasy?
Compliance. Compliance.
We've done that all
That
night.
was terrific.
Compliance.
Oh, it just started to make sense.
It's funny because James has been talking about doing that to them with his own psychic abilities all fucking night.
They're all in jeopardy. Oh,
This
no.
is why you don't say anything out loud to the DM, because he'll steal your idea. No.
I think James' idea was slightly less nefarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because brain raping people for your own purposes is different from
Me too.
I wasn't
doing
doing
Of the psychic
I
phenomenon.
wasn't doing it
James's,
for my purpose. I was preventing him from being abused by this guy.
Oh, got it.
I don't know how attached you
So
were to him.
what
Will,
what are you
things
guys
he did.
thinking? What are we this is you find yourself, it's still early in the morning. What are you gonna do? You know what? I gotta go to the washroom quickly, guys. Why don't you guys talk it over? And we'll find out what.
Agreed. And I still need sleep because I need some damn healing.
Yeah.
What? You're going back to bed?
Yes, but all the fantasies are a liability right now. We can't trust or So, I mean, they essentially need to be taken care of. They're like stupid, mindless children.
They're like children. Lock down the ship.
Yeah.
So that they can't get
And
out.
it's only 3 hours to go.
So we'll go back to the bunks, 3 to a room, and
Water.
2 stay awake. And
Why can't we just do what we're
I don't
doing
need
right
it.
now?
I don't need
No,
no more
we're
sleep.
Lock down.
right,
Lock
lock
down
down
the
the
I
ship.
really need sleep. It's already
Make it so that only you and I know the codes.
Yeah, but Shushi's tired too.
All right, you two can take a nap. The rest of us got this. Anybody else
No,
object?
Will is going back to bed.
All right,
You guys
Did-
lock
me and
down
you-
the ship so no one else can leave.
Nobody else wants a nap.
Nor can they change the codes because Gerald's going to change the codes and he's not going to tell anyone except for me.
What?
Well, I can tell all of
Yeah,
us.
but you're a liability too, because you're just a psychic sieve.
Kevin's
Like,
okay.
Nobody should tell
No,
you
totally gonna
anything.
get like mind screwed if you don't.
Of the mind affliction. Is there any point in going after him? He's not going to know any more than we did.
Well, we're still.
No, but it's
we
about
have to
saving
find
his
him.
life, man.
Yeah.
He's a meat sack.
But we also have robots that are immune too, right? The
Sanitary
Roombas.
robots. We figured that out like 20 minutes ago.
We have
Sanitary
sanitary robots.
Yeah. Not super helpful.
So they're equipped with plungers.
So we're just going to take the robots and wire them into the G speeders.
It's
Go.
your fucking speeder bike with the brain.
Yes, Kit.
Kids.
That's right. I keep calling you Michael. Okay, so what are you guys gonna do? Morning comes, the gray light of dawn.
I'm healing.
Yes, you are. Because I think what 1d6 plus your endurance modifier, isn't it?
No, I thought I was doing the med thing.
Well, you spent your day sitting around drinking bourbon and carousing, so that sure shit isn't
wasn't
healing.
carousing. I was just sitting and nursing.
No. If you're in bed all day, then I would let you do that medicine. But you're
He was drinking his medicine.
That's just it. He's been like bopping around. Like, what changed about your routine other than the fact that you didn't leave the vessel?
He was
I
wearing a
was
house
not
coat
doing
and
anything
slippers.
strenuous. I was relaxing.
You stop and you think, okay, maybe there's a reason they call it bed rest. So no, unfortunately, you're only going to get your regular stuff.
Fine. So, what is it?
It's 1d6 plus your endurance modifier, isn't it?
Yeah, but his endurance is like 2 now.
I know, that's right. It's minus 2. So 1d6 minus 2.
Well, that's poor.
Well, let's go check the outhouse.
About 3.
5.
That reduces your endurance modifier.
Yes, it does. It goes from 2 to 5.
It means you're only at a minus 1 now. So, what is the plan with the gray light of dawn, guys?
Sleeping for 8 hours.
What?
I think we should go look for our missing friend. Let's check the shed. There's something that's pointing us in that direction. It's a long shot, but we actually have no other leads unless you can pick up tracks.
Yeah, I was
This
going to
is
say,
like
while
shit
you're
or
doing
an
that,
outhouse.
What you guys could do too is recon can be used to sort of like reconnoiter an area as well too.
Okay.
Yes, I did check. Survival training includes tracking.
Okay. Do you see any footprints?
Like I said, the difficulty not around the immediate area, just because it's the kind of area where you wouldn't like. It's all tarmac and you know, even though it's broken and whatnot, I can't foresee that there's tracks there.
Yeah.
If you use a reconnoitering check though, and you're successful on it, I'll let you perhaps pick up tracks if he stepped off of the tracks into something that would leave impressions.
Okay.
Right, so we can all reconnoiter around the area.
Yeah, well, I would suggest just one person, unless you guys want to all split up and leave the
No.
ship in the hands of, okay,
Let me get mine popped again.
Who's got the highest
recon.
recon?
Actually, it's Freddie. I think Cork said Freddie's got a 3.
Well, can we use Freddy to do that?
Freddie
you
is,
don't have a character.
Oh,
Freddie is busy. He's been helping us watch over the others so they don't like get.
did you say survival would work as well?
not for doing tracks. Yes,
You've got
for
reconnoitering
locating, like to sort of follow tracks. Oh, hold on, let's see.
Well, I've got a 2 survival, so
Let's take a look at the rule book rather than me
Good.
talking you guys out
Well,
of
that's-
being able to do something.
No, you do. That's survive. I don't want.
Survive, yes, but not reconnoitering.
No.
Yeah, okay.
I have stealth.
Yeah, it's using to survive in the wild, build shelters, hunt or trap animals.
Hunt animals.
Yeah, it's just more of like
Well.
wilderness stuff, and this isn't quite.
We are.
Even though this is a ruin,
I mean, we are kind of walking into the wild.
if you leave the surroundings of the Loport, then yeah, I agree. Recon is able to scout dangers, spot threats, unusual objects, or out of place people.
Well, if you'll allow it, you'll see if you can try to track the missing fantasy
Using which recon or survival?
survival.
Survival's again like it's more.
Not applicable.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite that. I think it's recon.
Okay.
Are you trained in recon, or do you have a 0?
No.
Anybody have a 0 in recon?
Well, technically.
Oh yeah, of course.
Uh-huh.
So
Would you like me to do some recon, everybody?
sure.
You're officially the most useful one of us.
Yeah.
So it'll,
What's the skill to use? with
you're going to use intellect, please.
it? Okey-dokey. Oh, nice.
Holy
That's
shit.
an 11 plus 1 is 12.
Okay, so you
Will, let me never again question your alcoholism.
you guys are again sort of expanding the search out here, and the you've I mean you're accompanied by those 2 women from Fantasy.
Yeah.
You make your way around to the back side of the Lowport HQ, and down near where the lake is. And again, the gate to the HQ sort of the fence sort of goes out into the water a little bit to provide a barrier.
Yeah.
And right along the stony shore, you find face down, dead in the water,
Told you it was a
drifting back
waste
and
of our
forth
time.
with the
Oh, no.
ebbing tide is the man from Fantasy, the missing man.
A single tear falls down Will's cheek
Okay.
before he turns and says, "We must go get the others."
Yeah. So
Well, should we not get the body and find out how he
Well, don't
died?
you want to come and see you don't want to touch it? Have you never been to a crime scene?
Are we going to wait for the police to show up and then?
Well, what about you?
What? my
We're
incredulity
not
is
going to
taking
drag
over
the
my
body
ability
back.
to speak.
We're coming bring you here to show you where we found them. Like,
Why
don't you want to see what happened to him?
up?
Well, you can find out what happened to him and just let us know. We have comms.
Are you scared?
No.
Well,
You're-
we're
you're
back at the ship.
All
He
right.
was
And are you
almost his
saying you're
ex-lover.
scared?
How did he die?
Harry, let's go.
Well, he appears to have drowned by my reconnoitering.
Harry, maybe you can.
I
figure
need
it out.
you there,
Figure what
doctor.
out.
How he died. You're the
Let's
doctor.
go.
He's found by the lake, probably drowned.
Well,
Probably,
probably
but
isn't
that's-
gonna cut it.
Fine.
Let's go.
We'll spend the time. We'll go over. We'll take a
We
look.
can take the speeder bikes if
So
you're
you
tired.
turn the body over, and it's Matt Damon. Matt Damon is dead.
Oh, Matt Damon.
It's very soft.
So you turn him over, and
He was my favorite.
you do a cursory search. Give me a medicine check, will you, please?
What was the state of the body, Kev?
Pristine. No bruising, no discolorations or anything like that. No,
Fully
no obvious
clothed except for the
fractures.
shoes.
Still has his trousers on. No barefoot, and he looks the same as he did, or dressed the same as he was when he walked out the door in the video.
Coloration.
Very pale. No obvious. How'd you do?
Intellect or education?
Education, please.
Then 13.
13. Oh yeah. So what you? He drowned. He drowned. There's no
I grabbed his rib.
fractures. There's no contusions.
Yep,
there's
dead.
no, there's no blood loss that you can tell. So yeah.
All right, I think let's go check the shed and then visit the monks. What do you guys think?
Sounds good.
Kev.
Okay. Yeah.
Leading to the lake. One set of footprints or 2 sets of footprints?
Was Jesus there?
we
Yeah,
bring the body back, and
I'm not even gonna make you make a roll. It's really rocky, so it's not quite it's not like a sandy beach down there, but yeah, there's one set of footprints. That's when he was carrying him.
we bring him back, and
This is getting real blasphemous. Jesus is the fucking villain in this.
We'll ask the fantasy people.
We're gonna get letters, guys.
When baptisms go wrong,
We'll check
he
with the
walking
fantasy
to or
people
from
about
the
what
lake?
to do with the
Oh,
body.
he's
like,
walking to the light.
what their ceremony is. Do they bury
Like his
them?
story.
Like, so Will's
Well,
checking with the fantasy people
let's
about what
just-
to do.
Sure.
Sure. But let's do that later, and we can just.
You
Put it
go
on
ahead
storage.
to the shed. I will deal with this.
Okay. So you
It's
arranging that.
disrespectful. They're one
Who's
of them
going
is
to the-
dead. Like,
We're going to the shed.
Shed.
we knew
What are you
him
bringing
for
with you?
1 week, but
My rifle, my pistols.
Okay. So you get loaded up to bear. We'll say Freddy's on Overwatch with her sniper rifle.
Okay.
For you.
you might want to dig a bunch of graves.
well, we're starting with the one.
One really big one, Will?
What about Shuji and Harry? Are you guys coming to the?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got my pistol.
Okay.
Not that
Oh,
I
you're
think I'm
afraid
gonna
of
need
the
it.
rocky
Yeah.
beach body, but
What are
you're
you
going
using?
into the shed with the scary woman?
Oh, I get to take my gun.
Shuji, what are you bringing with you?
Shuji only has his laser sniper rifle.
Okay.
Do you have any
Really?
close range?
Yeah.
No, he's a pilot. He wasn't.
He's a
really-
pilot. He's a sniper rifle.
They usually carry sidearms, not like it's hard to use
Hold
a
on.
sniper rifle when you're to fit it in the cockpit.
Not when
Just
you're
saying.
staying 25 yards away from the shed you guys are going in.
Exactly. Yes, he'll have something perhaps more sidearming. Hold on.
Okay. So you make your way
There's a stats
to
room.
the towards the shed, and then by shed I mean it's about
It's a hanger.
it's not a hangar. Like, it's really not that big. It's only one story as well too. There's one door that leads in here, and there's two windows. One of them is broken. One of them is the one that you saw that woman through, and it is very dark inside.
Can you
Still
point out to
quite
where you
early.
saw the woman? Which window?
It was that one over there.
Yeah. So you go points to the one on the right.
Stick your head in and take a look.
Oh, let's just use the door. Let's use the door,
Is it
Harry.
main floor or second floor? The window.
No, there's
only
one floor.
Okay.
So you make your way up towards the door, and I think you're having a hard time getting up the nerve to actually go in there. Like now that you're looking at it again too, it's so black inside.
I brought like a flare or light because I realized not everyone has.
Well, they have lights as well. I mean, like
Okay.
they've got torches to
Okay.
use, flashlights. to
It's
use.
daylight. But
It's early
yeah,
morning, so but even then, like there's no lights inside, so it's very very dark in there.
Shuji will walk up to the door. His hands shaking as he grabs the handle of the knob.
It's it's partially slit open.
That's the force of the rest of the way.
He will, before he sticks his entire head in, he'll just kind of peek in, no part of his body going through, but just shining his light to see, just kind of clearing the room with a light.
So you're sort of looking around, and then something is looking back at you
Where is it looking back at me?
on the ground.
It's a reflection of the
It's
puzzle.
running towards you.
Shuji gets the fuck out of there.
So you circle back, and then you guys, so you
Okay,
jumps out.
my
both of you.
rifle, yeah.
One of those rodents that you found was running out.
It's okay. I'm not nervous.
This thing turns and looks at you and goes, "Ha!" And it's all teeth.
Ta-da!
So it goes scampering off.
I'm going to use a suggestion on him and tell him he's not afraid.
What does suggestion say?
The telepath implants a thought, idea, or command into the mind of another who interprets it as his own. Unless the suggestion is plainly harmful, the subject will follow the command or enact upon the idea. If the effect of the telepathy check is 6 or more, even suicidal suggestions will be followed. So I'm just basically telling him to push his fear aside. I think.
Yeah, I'll let you do
You're
that.
like,
Go ahead.
he's like, I make
These
you
two
tap
are
dance
hiding
with my
outside the building, and they're mentally tricking you that you're okay to go in by yourself. and
I'm
look around.
removing his fear.
cane. I'm going in.
I'm
So
not
go ahead and
removing
make your check. What's the difficulty of that?
very difficult. 12.
Oh wow.
You got
I
a
got a
great telepathy,
6.
though.
So it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
That'll do.
That'll do. You suddenly feel there's a presence in your mind, and your fear is gone.
Am I now freaked out that the fear has suddenly left my mind for no particular reason?
Really scared.
You feel
How I'm kind of feedback loop.
You feel stupid
I'm fear,
because
when
all
I'm
it
not
was a little critter, and you're like, why am I afraid? Why am I afraid? This is stupid. It's your thoughts.
You realize the problem that
Okay, I'm gonna pull the door
It's
all
all
the
in
way
your
open.
It's open.
You're afraid.
You look inside with your IR lights and there's vision, and there's nothing, no sources of heat in there.
Okay. Well, let's go and see what we can search the room and see if there's anything.
Sure. You make your way around in here, and the room appears to be
Did I take away your toy, Dave?
some kind of, I mean, like a port
the
authority
little-
type thing. Like it seems to be like the one of the
You're
places
afraid.
where there are
No, I have to go in.
computers that are in here as well too. You would think that maybe this is where some of the more nitty gritty, like checking cargo and shit like that, where this stuff would have been processed when the starport was in operation.
Oh yeah.
You're curious. You've been in and out of starports all the time, so that's where I'm basing your.
Yeah.
Is there any lights
Yeah.
to turn on?
Well, there's no power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to bring a generator if we want to do that. That could take a while. Is there anything else other than old terminals or?
Nothing that stands out. No.
All right.
Any hiding places in there?
Plenty. You search them all. There is a nest that you find in here too on the ground. You would guess that what you disturbed before, this is its home.
Did you check the rafters?
Nothing.
Like a big nest, like a human-sized nest.
No, like a rodent's nest.
You see a woman nesting.
Human's nest?
Yeah.
Picture in the Caucasian lady.
All right. I think the next, because we don't know what we're looking for or where to look, would be to go contact the monks.
Are there sub-levels to things like these hangars?
Yeah, I got the blueprints. I can tell you. I mean, there's a basement we're trying to deflood.
You can still hear over the silence while you guys are talking. 'Cause again,
Oh,
place
this is all part of the same facility
still-
kind of thing, and
yeah.
it's
Well, this place isn't being flooded. It's like it's effectively like a kind of like a rectangle with at some ends there's the landing ports and there's the causeway that sort of goes down the middle. On this side there is the HQ where you guys are. The lake is on the far side of that, and then on there's an exit to the broken gate on the top, and then right near that there's two little gate posts, and then there is the place where you guys are, the customs house, effectively.
The basement must be drained by now.
No, it's still going, but it's only been like 8 hours it's been running.
if it's a big facility, it's a lot of water to pump out.
I'm gonna have to wait a while before it's drained, so before we'll be able to walk in.
I mean, it was only up to chest height before. It should be significantly lower at least.
The basement, if the basement runs the full length of this thing, though, you're talking about like more than a football field's worth of water that runs that deep. Plus, can you think of another reason why it might be going really slowly?
Because we only got one.
It's leaking in from somewhere else.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Water's
honestly,
draining in from somewhere,
the lake.
probably. You don't know where it's coming in, so we're emptying the lake through the facility.
Here, what we're having this discussion. Can I pull up the schematics I found and look at the basement? Is it come near a water source anywhere?
Well, I mean, it's directly under the building, and the building itself is about maybe about 100 or 150 feet from the lake's edge.
So like
But I
it
mean-
be underground water seeping in.
Could be, yeah.
Can we close off a door to shut off give us a smaller section of water to drain? Is there doors underneath there to be?
I think it's one big open.
Just a big.
Well, you're not sure how far the schematics show that it is mostly a big open thing, but you haven't searched the whole basin. You only sort of did that, like, the peeking inside the door to see where all the water was and what was inside there. And then you came back down to see whether the water was going down, but you haven't done a full reconnoitering of that basement because it's fucking creepy.
So do we want to go through the base, or do you want to go talk to the monks who might give us some insight?
There's enough of us. We can split up. I like dungeon crawling.
You stay here with all the fantasy people. We'll go to the monks.
Have fun.
Well, I think we can leave. What's her name to watch the
Brady?
fantasy people.
Oh, if I really want, I can climb on one of their backs.
And then it's do three of us want to go visit the monks, and two of us in there, or
What are the other people doing who aren't going to visit the monks?
Well,
Keep an eye
they're
on the
thinking of
fantasy
exploring the base,
Oh,
but we don't really. It's a
staying
big.
here in Terror Base? Yeah, I think I'm going to go visit the monks. Who's voting to stay here? You want to stay here? Okay.
But I just like we don't. It would be aimless. It's a really big base, right? Like we're just aimlessly walking around, like, or not aimlessly, but like it's a large. We don't know what we're looking for. It's a large area to explore.
We just
Can you
checked.
forward me the schematics?
We just checked the base yesterday.
No, we did like a couple of rooms in the base, right?
No, they went
What was
pretty much
not?
everywhere.
So here's the things that have not been thoroughly explored. You have not thoroughly explored the basement yet. You have not opened all of the doors on the second floor, because remember, a number of them were jammed or blocked, and you needed tools to open them up. And rather than going back to the ship getting tools just to open the doors, what Shuji did is tried all the doors that could open and see what was inside of each of them.
Do you want to go? We can do the jam doors. Do you want to before we see the monks, or I mean, we could torch cut. We could probably just cut them with torches.
Mhm.
That'd probably lose us a couple hours. How far we figure the monastery is?
It's about 150 kilometers.
Well, we have
So,
in jungle terrain.
we
with a
have
truck,
27
it'd take a
people.
while.
There's
Like
no
a
need for
3-day
all of
hike.
us.
To walk, yeah, we go a while, but
We have to be
Well, I mean, if we want to get there fast, we could
what's
take
the
our
speed, guys? What
G-bikes.
the speed? The
We could take our
what do you call it,
launch.
G-bikes? What's the speed of them?
very fast.
Very fast. You're traveling between 500 and 800 kilometers an hour.
So like, yeah, that's not long.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes to get there.
Yeah, those things will fly there.
So we can do both. Do you want to look into the buildings first, or see the monks first?
Idea. We could send half of our friends to go grab the supplies to cut open the doors. You guys can get to the monks, talk to them, and back by the time they get the supplies back to cut the doors open, while I go check in the basement with some more of their friends.
Sure. I don't think we should bring any of the fantasy people to do anything. I think they're too easily compromised.
Do you trust them going back to get the supplies and coming back?
No, maybe. I don't know.
Shuji will stick with Jim. He figures if he's ended up having to save his life once already.
Truth be told,
You
you can't
owe
even
him?
trust him to be in the ship.
Was I?
I see. You figure you owe him?
Or I saved his.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. You, you.
No, that he'll probably be put in the position where he might need to do it again.
Thanks. Why did I ever give up transporting nuclear waste?
That was the best decision I ever made.
Oh God. Okay, so who is going to visit the monks at Altania Al Sahira?
Harold is.
Yeah, I'll go. And I guess
Will doesn't like this creepy
Everyone?
base.
What will go? Yeah.
to the monks. I think that's our best source of info. And then
Who does not have training?
LSD's
Hold on. What is it?
Yeah, streetwise.
Didn't they not want to give up information in the first place that we learned from the video?
Sorry, say again.
Didn't they not want to give up information in the first place that we learned from the video?
You guys, the launch.
You
has-
learned in the video that that episode of Secrets of the Reach that they're quite secretive and they're not willing to share their secrets. Yeah.
They are just that was a promo.
So who is trained in flyer?
They're not invincible to psychics.
You are, so you can operate the grab
Yeah,
bikes, no
yeah.
problem.
Oh, that's right. I don't have.
So you get on the thing and there's kind of like this weird, it spins around. You're like, nope. What's a crash at 500 kilometers an hour look like?
So I'm not going.
How about you, Will? You trained in? Oh yeah, you got jack of all trades.
How many cash?
I can probably
Grab
fly
bikes,
this thing.
Can you climb on behind
No,
me?
grab
or-
bikes have no passengers. Oh, damn. One crew, that's it.
Now, to be clear,
I could switch you.
I don't
got
know the
piloting.
difference here, but
Wanna
it
see
says
the
on
small
here
creepy basement?
that
Oh, I'm not doing
You need
that.
piloting for a grab
What
bike?
other vehicle did we
our
have?
subsided
Not pilot,
merchant
just flyer.
Subsidized. Yeah.
Oh,
has a
I've got flyer.
thrust one
Oh,
M
then
drive
you can grab bike.
broken, destroyed.
does no one else have flyer?
Our launch
He
has a
does.
thrust one
He
M
does.
drive.
I don't.
It does.
It might take
but I
us a
won't
long
have to
time to
have
move them,
What's
but
that?
I
Said
don't
gotta
think
grab
it's.
bike.
I don't think that they're
Don't we have
comparable though.
that skiff? The big one?
Wait a sec here.
Oh yeah,
That's
why are
probably
we doing the
first,
grab bike? Why don't we just take the ship on top of the ship?
well, that's what I first.
Yeah, you know why?
suggested.
Because there's a different size for them.
We're doing
Like,
that.
oh, but I
the,
could.
the M drive.
You're
with
piloting the ship on the ship.
M drive thrust for your for the what do you call it? What is it? The launch.
You only need one pilot, and you can.
Could I
pass.
take the launch to the monastery? Therefore,
Right, but it might make it so we can escape the planet, is what I'm saying, Kev. Like, it might be like,
It's there's not enough power because it's the launch. I think it's different engine sizes effectively. Look, the launch on
Carries the
the
launch.
the M drive
Sorry,
on
how
the
much does
launch
the
is only
launch
2
carry?
tons. The M drive on the subsidized merchant is 4.
right, but we just take our, whatever it is, how much?
No,
Our
it's not.
40
It's not.
tons of ship off our, no, but like we take all our cargo off. So it's like,
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not compatible. You can't do it that way. Like it would be like trying to take a lawnmower engine and run a car with it.
no, not exactly.
I'm telling you that.
Okay,
Efficient.
well, that's
Yeah.
fine. If that's
could
your
I
decision,
pilot
then-
the launch though to go to the monks, and then
Then I
we
can
don't have to
go.
worry about someone crashing because they don't know how to pilot a grab bike?
What does the launch carry? I was trying to find the stats for the launch.
The launch is on page 188. The launch has 2 seats in it and then a cargo hold, and that's it. You see the deck schematics on page 189.
Oh, which one are you getting into the?
I'm going in a hold.
You're also a pilot. Pilot.
I'm,
Oh yeah, you're sitting here.
So those of you who are going to the monastery, you pile into the launch. It disengages from the top of the Maru and goes soaring over in the direction of the monastery. What are you guys doing back at the base? Or base at the Jesus critical hit on the carpet. What are you guys doing back at the starport?
You want to go high or you want to go low first?
Low.
Are
Curious
they-
about this water now.
There's no water.
So you guys that's right. Okay, so you guys make your way down into the basement again. Are you by yourself, or are you bringing people? Some of the guys from Fantasy.
Yeah, we're bringing all the guys from Fantasy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
Probably
those are
take
the
them all.
easily compromised guys.
So you're leaving the 2 women and Freddie back on the ship, and that's it.
Yes.
And do we really need 22 guys? 21 guys?
19.
Oh, someone with them?
No, but there's only 9. There's 20 of them that you guys had to start with, and
The
there's
more-
1 dead now. There's
The more
19 men, 2 women.
The more we don't keep track of,
What are
easier
you
it is
trying
for
to
them
do?
disappear again.
Decide who all's
We
going
won't be able
to
to
the
keep track of
monastery?
19
No, they're
of them
trying to
in the
get
basement
explore
anyways.
the basement. I'm just trying to see if they're going by themselves or they're bringing. It sounds like they want to bring all
Up you.
19.
Oh,
Well, then we'll take the 2 women with us to the monastery.
And leave Freddie alone on the ship by herself?
Why
with
why-
19 men?
That's only a mechanical thing based on
Why
not
does-
role playing the
I-
character.
19
Freddie can go with
flying
any of
men.
the crew.
Right.
So leaving the ship
Why
on
the
its
hell
own.
does being
Yeah.
We don't need any of these. They don't have anything to contribute.
No, but I'm asking what's going in the
Girls
basement.
carry my
So-
stuff.
What is so what's going on in the basement? Are you taking all 19 guys with you?
We'll take
Are you worried
I
they'll
was
distract
thinking
the
the same
monks?
Okay.
No, I just didn't.
So you guys make your way
practical
down there.
purpose.
They all have sort of like tools or hammers or something like that brought with
Physically
them.
weak, my friend.
Um,
They help me.
And you guys head down into the basement. The water has come down to about 3 feet now, so it's about maybe like just above your waist. But
Who's piloting? this
yeah,
thing?
it's only gone down. You hear the running of the pump just outside as well too. There's the hose that runs down into the basement as well, and you get down there. And again, it runs for quite a distance, and it's full of there's the big generator. There's some other air conditioning, like this sort of like big mechanical operations that are in a large structure like this, all located down in the basement. If you start making your way down to the far side too, you find it stretches out as far as you can tell, like the length of the entire building. And you reach the other side and you reach a wall. And then, so you feel like you've explored the entire basement down here. What is it you're looking for?
Any passageways, any doors that might lead to elsewhere, any items that might be remotely useful or indicative of what happened here?
Okay. There's more signs down here to suggest that nothing has that as if people suddenly left. You maybe find like they're still in the tool shed. There's still now waterlogged, but still tools that are stored in there. Things that are on the wall untouched. It does have all the appearance of people having picked up and walked away. But like I said, the amount of dust and the deterioration of these things suggests that it's been thousands of years since that happened.
Well, I think we're done with the basement. Suji is definitely done with the basement.
There's no openings or closings of the doors, no obscure cracks in the walls or the ceilings. I think
Jim,
as I'm walking through the
I rolled recon for you guys. And Jim, you get to the edge of the building and you look back at one of the dirt-covered windows. And you sort of look back and you see where the next one is. Something weird here. You feel like the way that it looks from the outside and the way it's been spaced here, because you remember had supervised to help with the installation of the pump.
Mm.
They're spaced at a fairly even thing, and there's an even length of distance between the edge of the building and the first window. Again, the Dranaxi are very big on aesthetics.
Very symmetrical.
So you're looking at back, and this wall seems too close. There should be more distance between this and the edge of the building. I think there's maybe something weird about this wall. This is clearly not the edge of the building. This is a wall, and you go along the whole length, and the entire wall is flush with each side. There's no gaps or whatever. Do you want to give me another recon check, please? Are you trained in recon at all?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, give me a recon check with intellect. So it's -3 to the roll, unfortunately. You see him doing this.
Against the what?
Against an 8.
What's your intellect?
10.
Oh, so close. So you're feeling along on this. Wait, 10 in total?
10 total.
Did you include the -3?
No.
Wait, he
'Cause you're
he
untrained.
rolled a 10. What's your intellect?
+0.
Ah,
Oh.
yeah.
So you,
7.
you feeling,
That's what I
you know
want.
what, you can't figure out what the hell's going on, but there's something weird. So you're seeing him feeling along with this. And he's looking back and forth as if he's, troubled with something. What do you want to do?
Jim, what are you looking at?
The wall. Not right.
What,
Not right.
Jim? It's a wall. What's not right with it?
The windows. The spacing.
Do I know what he's
They
saying?
wouldn't.
You kind of look at what he's talking about, and it's difficult to say because you haven't necessarily noticed the other side, but he does seem convinced that something's going on. Are you trained in recon at all?
No.
Okay.
Only survival.
Only survival. Give me a recon check, please. -3 for being untrained, unfortunately.
Nope.
Damn.
You guys can't figure it out. Something's off about this. What do you guys want to do?
Can I get one of the friends of ours to hit the wall with a hammer?
Absolutely.
Do they
Walking.
notice anything wrong?
They're not the most perceptive of cats, but let's take a look here.
Go get it.
No, they're not sure, but once you say hit it, they sort of look at each other and there's two of them who are hammering away at it. It relatively quickly crumbles and breaks away.
Nice.
There's a gap beyond, all black.
Oh shit.
What kind of is it is it a
It's dark.
is it an interstitial space? Is it like a foot gap when there's another wall behind it?
If you shine your light in there, it's probably about another 20 feet of room.
What are they hiding?
Let's see how far it goes.
Carefully. We break away the top.
Dave, you
Climb
think actually
through.
you're looking through?
So
Jesus,
we don't
there's
let the
something-
water through.
There's something on the wall.
Is something on the wall?
Yeah, there's some kind of weird design. You think, or maybe is that? Holy shit! Is there a painting on the wall?
I'm gonna take my comms camera and see if I can zoom in on it.
You can zoom in and you get a little area of it. What you see is there is on this part someone who has fallen to their knees and is vomiting out onto the ground. It's just a small detail as part of a much larger mural.
Do we have a flare of some sort we can shoot from there, or some sort of?
You can adjust the camera to the
Mhm.
wideness. First of all, you need to if you can make the hole bigger, you'll have a much easier. You guys have 10 fucking guys with hammers and shit with you.
Yeah, so let's get the guys to basically knock out along the wall to see how much.
10 guys along the thing. They could knock out the whole wall.
Okay, well, and yeah, but we don't want that whole space to flood either. So they're knocking basically out the top half of the wall.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So you smashed out the whole top half. You're sitting back as you're seeing little bits and more. The lights, your shoulder mounted kind of lights are revealing more of this stuff as you're going along. And then finally they smash it down and you get everyone to sort of hold lights up. And that's when you're able to see the entire mural.
What the?
That is what you see.
God, what is that?
Yeah.
And for those listening at home, this is the picture. 10 hours to pay off. Totally worth it. So we cut to you guys. The launch is flying along and lands outside this monastery. And it looks exactly as we described it before. This squat, almost fortress-like structure. You land and step out into the gray air and look around, and there's not even an indication that there's any life within the structure. What are you guys doing?
Maybe they're not on the planet anymore. Or they're hiding?
There's those boats that I described before.
Yeah.
There are boats down near a dock. They sort of like drift, and you hear that patter, like that's a wood hitting up against.
So
the
there
wood.
are boats sitting there.
But no sounds is like sounds of life.
I'm going to do the detect life here.
Okay. Interesting.
Isn't that the spell that? Like,
Yes, but I'm hoping that all that stuff was just at the base and not at the monastery. I'm hoping that we can actually have.
Watch him like crumple over.
Take 20.
Because I'm sure whatever that shit was is definitely not at the bottom of the lake. That's
All
cool.
right, fine. I won't do it.
What?
Can you
No,
teleport?
go. It was your decision. My character's not actually
Is there
saying.
any
That was my
windows
player
or anything in the
commenting.
monastery?
Okay.
Is there any windows or
Like Will's not
Oh, yeah.
saying anything.
I'll zoom in with my binoculars, see if I can see any people or anything.
Give me a recon check, please. If you're not trained in it, -3.
-3 and which attribute?
I will wait.
Okay.
Which attribute?
Intellect, please.
2. Does that work?
No.
Hey, look! I found some bugs.
Yeah. You see no life within. What are you gonna do?
No life in the monastery.
You said that it doesn't look like there has been any.
I'm saying there's no sign of life in there.
How does the buildings look? Does it look kept, or is it like dilapidated?
It looks like a very, very, very old monastery.
Well, the video was. How recent was that video we saw?
Maybe you
relatively
can
new.
check for sign.
Could have been fake.
Professor Marisonar is alive at the time of the session.
Oh,
So
Well, let's knock on the door.
Yeah, let's go knock on the door.
Uh,
Do your detect life.
I just do not want to get hit again with whatever that was.
I mean, if there's a courtyard, we could fly.
Is there nothing you can-
11 points.
Is there nothing you can do to shield yourself from it? Like reach out, like you said, it's like reaching out to feel the world. Well, just reach out more carefully.
just like boop, just boop the world on the nose.
Just the same way you're like, imagine you're blind and you're feeling in the dark, and you put your hands on a
No,
bunch of
I'm-
meat shredders last
Just
time.
reach out, give it a squeeze.
reach
I
out.
don't know what's happening at the base.
Just
You
second
don't
base
know.
the world. Go for it.
Just do it.
All right.
Boop it on the nose.
Call of Cthulhu's not based on fear. Oh wait, it is. 10.
You did it! You did it! That's a lot of
Six-
dice in his
six-
hand.
This is how nature says, "Do not touch." Oh,
You win.
I win.
you take 11 points of damage.
Oh. So I lose 5 endurance. I'm
Yeah.
down to 0 again.
Oh, the world booped you
6
back
to
on the
1
nose.
out of either Dex or Strength.
It's in the lake.
Strength. So I have a 0 strength and I have a 0 of endurance.
He
and I have
passes
a-
out, screams, and then it drops down in a heap. As you guys are walking up towards, and you spin around and you see your brother has just fallen.
Let's get him to the. Help me get him to the launch.
Aren't you glad I brought the girls?
All right.
Are any of you like looking at Harry and
Girls,
being
help
like,
me.
again?
That's so hairy.
You would have told me if you were doing that, like as a brother. Like, yeah, I don't think it
It's
was.
too late. It's done.
No, but like it wouldn't be like from behind us. I'm like, what the fuck? No.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Huh?
Maybe you can like share half of it with your brother, like through a
I'm
half
unconscious,
of it.
he just said.
What?
I'm unconscious.
Well, right now he's unconscious.
What? I mean, like when it
No,
happened,
it happened. Poop. I'm done.
that's the best story recap I've ever heard. That's the way I read it.
Well, see, he's starting to get his rest. We'll get the girls to give him a massage, and
You can make an end check after every minute to try and regain consciousness.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you have a 0.
I can.
I have a -3 to it.
I mean, I can attempt first aid.
So make an end check. So basically, you need to roll
Sure.
11 or higher.
Well,
wait.
Let's just keep rolling. See how many minutes it is before
Wait,
you wake
no,
up.
he can do first aid. Can't we do first aid?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't remember what first aid was. It's so long ago now.
It's what?
Medic.
So 8. So
Intellect?
yeah,
Or it was education. I don't remember.
intellect.
No, it's a 6.
Okay. So let's see.
It worked when you were injured, but not when you're unconscious. I don't know how to fix unconsciousness.
Nope.
You have to roll an 11.
Yep.
So what's that? 5?
Mm,
6.
close.
And
7. 8.
no.
9.
Man, these little dice are bastards.
10.
Okay. So around this time, when you sort of drag him back to the thing, what do you?
Then I'm gonna go and knock on the door once he's.
Well, actually, so when you guys get it back, you see the door opens and there are
There.
16
Audience.
minutes.
16 minutes. Okay. As you're walking up towards the door, Jerry, the door opens and 2 robed monks come out. And as you're approaching, do you have your weapon out?
It won't be like leveled, but I'll have it on me. Yeah.
Okay.
And pistols. Yeah.
They say one of them says to you, "We have nothing worth taking."
We're not here to take anything. We're just here to talk.
Why?
We were sent here to restore the low pad. We've experienced some strange phenomena, and we were hoping you could fill us in on what's happening.
One man, one of the 2 steps forward, and his face is hidden by the hood. And he says, "What happened to your companion?"
I'm not 100% sure, but I think he reached out to sense the world. He's psychic, and it's happened twice. Both times he's done it, he screams, is in great pain, and then falls unconscious.
The man and the women who took him into your vessel, are they the only ones with you?
No, we have a ship and crew.
How many?
25.
Do you all need assistance?
Quite possibly. I'm looking at him. Is he making any hostile? Okay, no.
Shoot them in the gut.
And why have you come to us?
Because you've lived here.
Take the men.
You live in proximity to the low pad. Your world. We figured you might know something about it.
Our abbot will wish to speak to you. Follow. Let me turn and start walking back up inside.
All right.
The girls carrying Harold.
Well, you guys are in the ship right now.
Oh,
So is it just going to be me?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. So you walk in, and you walk in through the door. And would you kindly give me a recon? Yeah. I know you got -3 to it, so that's kind of shitty, but
Which attribute? is that?
intellect, please.
Oh, but I got boxcars.
Nice.
Excellent. You walk in through the door, and you will have a chance to roll initiative now. Because as soon as you walk in, there are 2 monks who jump at you. Would you please make either an intellect or a dexterity check?
Right.
And that will determine your initiative.
Hey, boxcars again.
Sweet. So you're gonna have a chance. There's 2 of them who are coming in at you. They're not quite in melee range right now, but they're about to be. And they're trying to get in you, and you suddenly realize that you stepped inside, and it looks like someone's going to try and slam the door behind you. This feels again more like a fortress than anything. What do you want to do?
Can I make it outside the door or my path?
With an
blocked?
athletics check, yeah. Athletics and I think dexterity.
Athletics and dexterity, so that's +1.
Okay.
I'll try and dive out the door.
Sure.
5.
So you're not quite there. on their turn, one of them, bam, slams the door. It's just a simple wooden door, but he closes
I'll
it.
call for help on the comms.
And two of them, well, that's not your action yet. Two of them are going to leap in and try and grab you. You have a rifle in your hand. No, you got it slung. Okay. All right. So all right. So melee attack against you.
Pistol?
So I think it's no modifier. So one of them grapples in at you there, Brent, and misses.
Okay.
The other, likewise, this one actually does connect and manages to grab you. Now, you're saying you can do a reaction.
Right.
What a reaction does is the actions on your next turn take -1 modifier for each reaction you take.
Okay.
Okay, so what you're probably going to want to do is you can dodge or you can parry. Parry is making a melee skill. What is it here? In doing so, you what it does is it inflicts your. Do you have a melee skill at all?
No.
Okay, so the dodging is the only thing. If you dodge, you will inflict a penalty equal to your dex dice modifier or your athletics and dex.
So that is my dex is +1, my athletics is at a 0, so that's a +1.
Okay, so yeah, that's fine. No, so -2. So what that means is actually that's enough.
Okay.
You take the reaction, and this guy's like just kind of gets us on your hands on your clothes, and you slip away, and it gets out of your grip. That's their two actions. Your turn. What do you want to do? The doors shut right now. There's one monk standing in the way. What would you like to do?
I would like to shoot one, I guess. So
you're gonna.
Yeah, I wonder what's easier to grab it off or pull out of a holster.
Well, in melee attacks, only single-handed ranged weapons such as pistols may make ranged attacks against a target in close combat. Larger weapons may only be used as clubs.
So a pistol it is.
Okay, so you, as a minor action, draw your pistol out, and gun combat. It'll be against. It's an 8 you need. So your gun combat plus appropriate specialty plus the dex your dex modifier.
Six, 7, 8, 9.
Nice. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 16, 19.
It's a laser pistol you're using?
Yeah.
So there's a flash, and it burns right through one of these guys, and he drops like a heap. Which one were you shooting? The one near the door or the two who are trying to grab you?
One of the guys was trying to grab me.
Okay. So it's burned right through. Their turn. The guy at the door is going to jump forward and try and grab you as well. Wait, did you apply your -1 dice modifier to that attack?
Yeah, I should have. Hang on. 10, 16.
No, that's your damage.
That's Dan. Yeah, no, I did because I got a 9. I got 1, 2, 3.
As long as you hit 8, it's fine.
Yeah, I hit
okay,
8.
so that's fine. All right, so one of them leaps forward at you, Brent. It does hit. Did you want to?
I'll do my same reaction.
Okay, so yeah, you get out of the way of that one, and next one will hit as well. You want to dodge again?
Okay, so that means -2 to my. I
That's
guess
right.
So, sure.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, you're sort of like ducking and weaving as these guys are trying to grapple you, and you're still managing to stay out of their grip.
All right. Well, let's try that again.
Okay, so -2 to your attack roll.
So
You can hear they're shouting from on top, and more monks are trying to run down towards you.
missed.
It goes wild, and some of the stonework on the inside of the thing explodes out. Their turn. They are going to, again, try and grapple you. One of them misses wildly. The other one, again, misses. Oh, wait. +1 is 8. You going to try and dodge?
Sure.
Okay, yeah, so you once again, this one seems angry. He grabs you, and he's saying something about you. And you hear him say, Ascalon! Grabs you, and you duck back, and you're out of his grip.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot Ascalon. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I hit.
Nice. Roll damage.
5, 6, 13.
Burns down and drops to the ground. There are 4 other monks that are running downstairs, kind of come towards you.
All right.
Okay. The last one is he's once again going to try and throw his full. He does hit.
Dodge.
Dodge. What is your dodge? Your modifier -2.
Yeah. I got
You really think that's enough?
I hope so.
It is. So you
Otherwise, you got to pull the rifle and start doing a burst fire.
You pull back, and you get free of his grip. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and go through the door.
Okay. So you spin, and what I'm going to get you to do, let me think here. I think what I'll get you to do is,
Or I guess I'll look if it looks like it's sealed. I'm gonna have to like fuck with it in the middle, and like I won't shoot instead.
You didn't hear him slide anything, so you think just like throwing it might be enough. So yeah, I think you're going to be enough to throw the door open because you're close enough.
Yeah.
You throw it open and you leap through.
Okay.
This guy's going to be right behind you.
That's okay, but the people on the ship should at least see me.
Yeah. So you step out. You know what the thing is? They're trying to wake him up. They're trying to wake up.
Can I use a free action just to scream into the comms?
Absolutely. What do you? Well, not the comms. You have to activate your comm. Then what?
Well, mine is in my head. Remember?
Oh right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Attack! Help!
Okay. And then this monk tries to grab you. Okay.
Does he make it?
He does.
Okay, I'll try to dodge.
He grabs you, and he's got you rooted in place. I rolled 12 in total.
Okay, can I?
Okay, so now it is. We'll cut to you guys. You just heard him yell out, "Help! Attack!"
I will. Where's your laser pistol on your character?
Probably on my hip.
Like in a holster?
Yeah.
I draw the laser pistol from his holster and I say, "You stay here. You with me," and we'll head out the ramp of the. Whatever
tap. You're making your way outside. Okay, so Brent, this guy has you grappled right now.
2d3 + 3.
Now what you need to do is make an opposed melee unarmed check.
Oh, we're still not looking at my favor.
The winner of the check may do one of the following. So,
is it dexterity based?
Let's roll for him.
Is it what kind of stat is it?
I rolled a 9. It'll be wait, what is unarmed? Dex? I think it's Dex.
No, I'm not trained, so that'll knock it down.
Oh fuck. Okay, so yeah. So -3.
Can I just try and shoot him while I grapple?
No, he's grappling. If you lose this, then he gets to do one of many things.
It is Dex.
6. Nice. 7, 8, but -6, so 6 because of my penalties.
-3.
Well, no, I got +1 from Dex.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, so -2.
Train.
So you, what he does is he grabs the back of you and then just throws you to the ground. You hit the ground. You still have your weapon in your hand, but he's grappled you on the ground now. So you walk out of or sort of like scamper out of the back of the launch, and you see that there's this robed figure that has dragged Jerry to the ground, and seems to not necessarily be doing well to him. And you can hear some shouting from inside the monastery, and further up sort of the path. There looks like there's sort of mid stride. There's some monks that are running out after him.
He's got Jerry on the ground.
Yeah.
I will shoot high at his head.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll. So it's
Dex.
Dex, yeah. So it'd be. Are you trained in gun combat?
Well, no.
Wow.
I may have never shot a gun
but
before, but I'm sure I'm a natural.
You got a good dexterity. You got +2, so
yeah.
You are a jack of all trades.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you got a jack of all trades, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10. All right, 10. So you fire. Go ahead and roll damage.
3d6 + 3.
Blow his ear off.
10 + 3, 13.
So you basically see this guy throw you down, and he's like and shouting at you, and then he explodes out in this mist of blood, collapses down, and you look over to see Will sort of like spinning this laser pistol with flourish. You look behind you, you see more monks are running out of the thing. What are you doing?
How close are they to me?
They're probably about like 10 feet away.
Should have brought
They're going to
me
be
a
on you
shield.
in a second.
Burst fire with my.
You're on the ground. You've told me that your
Your
gun's on your
guns on. I
back.
can because by the time I get up, they'll be on me before I can run to the ship.
Right.
So I figured my only thought is to pull it off while he's still prone and open up.
That's what I'm having the issue with. Is
You gotta
is
roll
being
onto
able
your
to
stomach.
get your rifle out from the strap on your back while you're on the ground. That's what I'm picturing how that is.
We'll
I
roll over,
train my
I'll roll
stand
over
up.
to my stomach
Stand up.
and do it.
Why?
Or wait, how does
That's kind of military-esque.
Taking me?
like I'll
Yeah.
pull it off my shoulder while I'm like, if I'm on my back, I'll just roll over into my stomach and then.
I think that's your whole action then. I don't think you get to fire this turn then. Just because I think it's a pretty. I'm picturing like trying to get like a backpack off, but even more cumbersome while you're flat on your back. It's going to require you some remaneuvering and getting this thing off
Right.
and getting it ready to use. So I don't think you get to fire this
Okay,
turn.
what I was thinking, like, so it's on my back like this. and
Go
then-
ahead, lie on your back. Let's see. What are you trying to say?
So if it's on, go from like this to like it's on my back, roll over like this, and then pull it off and just shoot like
But then
that.
aren't you facing the opposite direction of where you need to?
Right, he threw you down.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to turn around.
So
No, Brent's
So
right because
I
he's
like
throwing his
this.
back. So you're facing the wrong direction again too.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying it's not impossible action. I think
Okay.
that's everything you're doing this round.
I think if you
But
got up to your to at least one knee, you could pull it over your shoulder.
Yeah,
You know.
but again, this is the net result. I think it's the same. It's his whole
It's
action.
one
This
whole
speed.
action.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
fine. That sounds better though. If I pull up to my knee and then
Sure. Okay.
have it leveled at them.
Okay. So you're up on your knee and you've got them level at them, but they're again like almost gonna be on you.
Will I be able to shoot before they're on me?
No. So what are you doing?
I train my pistol on them and I say, "Stand down! I have no problem shooting each and every one of you."
Okay.
He's got his laser pistol. Maybe he'll just shoot
Sure,
one
sure.
right over their heads, like not aiming directly at any of them,
Just
just
firing over. Okay, so give me.
Does Will follow it up with a bit of a little sickly cough?
a little
Yeah, really.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that's gonna be.
And that's when the trigger goes. Like, oh.
Fantastic.
No, he's more like trying to intimidate them.
It's intimidate is a use of persuade, covers bribery or intimidation. So, but it's opposed. So I'm gonna roll for them.
Will's seriously badass.
Go ahead and make your persuasion check.
And what do I use for the stat?
You're gonna use the let's see your persuade,
Such a legend.
Right?
strength or social.
Well, social it is.
Oh yeah, you're super high at social, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows how to intimidate.
Women want
8
them.
plus 2 is 10.
Nice. So you fire this off and you say exactly as you said,
Yeah.
and they sort of stop in place. So you do have some gap between them now.
Okay.
Okay. So you and the four of them have stopped dead because of your sort of just force and whatnot.
Cut him down.
And
Fuck.
what
I'll start backing away and go, why?
he has been tainted. The door must be shut.
Tainted by what? What's happening? Tell us what's going on.
You are corrupted.
By what?
The dragon.
Jerry, your taint ruined us.
You see like 3 more of them step out of the monastery. You cannot run.
But I can cut you down where you stand.
You will be purified. You will give us the sensitive.
Should have them purify your taint.
Tell us about this dragon.
Here.
And as they're doing that, I'm like,
Bring forth your leader.
I'm still like,
Hold
Chad,
on
I'm
real
doing
quick,
this,
yeah.
sort of like backing
Get
up.
some beans, get some.
2 weeks, an anointed shall be cut down when he does not possess the city. And then the 2 of them are now speaking. And the people of a leader who will come shall destroy the sanctuary. Now 5 of them are speaking. Then the end shall come like a torrent. Until the end there shall be war, the desolation that is decreed. They're all chanting right now. For 1 week he shall make a firm compact with the many. Half the week he shall abolish sacrifice and oblation. On the temple wing shall be the horrible abomination, until the ruin that is decreed is poured out upon the horror. They're all slowly starting to step forward as you're backing up as well too. What are you guys doing?
Can you guys bring the damn launch a bit closer?
No. You're the pilot.
He's
Your
saying
brother's the
it
only
over
one-
his neurocom right now.
Am I conscious yet?
Well, it was 16 minutes. I have no
it was
Oh
idea.
yeah,
16
no
minutes.
one else can fly the damn thing. Never mind, right?
Just no one else have
I
pilot.
probably could.
He could fudge it.
Well, he's got me covered.
I think
Yeah, on a speeder bike.
I'm assuming if I turn my
landing is harder. I'll
You're
bet you, like, it'll be an
unconscious.
easier thing to just get it into the air. It's landing it or docking it back with the ship that's harder. So as long as you can get into the thing, you can take it off probably quite easily.
Right.
Okay. So how far away am I from the launch? And what's the distance between me and the launch and me and the people?
You,
mean,
like, what do you
crazy.
hoping
If I
to do?
tried to book it, would they just like overwhelm and take me down?
You've backed up enough the way you've been describing that you can definitely think you can outrun them. You can get back to the ship and get into the launch and seal the airlock. They don't seem to have any weaponry that you can see, at least.
Maybe what I should do is just keep backing up like that and then
Fire at the ground.
Well, this thing does burst fire, so I could literally, I think, do multiple.
I'll
How many
fire
of them
at
are
their
there in the
feet.
group?
There's 5 of them. Every step you're taking, there's more of them coming out.
I'll
Okay.
start firing at their feet, Kev.
No, maybe
Okay.
I should. Maybe I'll book it into the.
They're all still chanting this same stuff again. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt. And you're looking back, and there's just like this crazed fanaticism between all of them.
Okay, I'm gonna
Just mow them down. That's what
And the
Will says.
cities
Just mow them down.
That are
Their
inhabited
minds are corrupt.
shall be laid to waste, and the land shall be desolate.
I'm gonna go for the launch.
Okay, so you turn and run. You see him running towards you. You wait for him to get inside before you start backing up too.
No way. I'm not fast.
Okay. You turn like shit.
I'm gonna hop into that fucking chair and like.
So everyone sort of runs up, and yeah, you sort of picture you get up in there, and they're all sort of battering at this thing, and then you fire up the engines. They all take enough of a step back, so they're not fucking mowed down by this. But then you take up and angle around and start flying back towards the landing pad.
Oh, let's go to the monastery. Maybe they'll help us.
You waking up again. What happened?
We met the monks. Their hospitality leaves something to be desired. They tried to kill me. We killed 3 of them.
Why did they try to kill you?
Because we were protecting you, and you were tainted, and apparently the rest of us are corrupt. What do they call them again?
Sensitive.
The sensitive.
Yeah, you're the sensitive, and you are. We've been corrupted by the dragon.
Okay.
So, and there seems to be a lot of the bastards. And I'm assuming now that they know we're here, they'll probably want to come and help cleanse us, which does not sound fun.
When was the last time you took a shower?
Does anybody actually know the story of St. George and the Dragon?
I do.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to ruin the ending
The dragon eats him.
then. Well, it is Cthulhu, so.
Oh, is it an actual story?
It's an actual Christian legend. I have to use a lot in
It's
Christian mythology, but-
not for nothing. The English flag is technically the St. George Cross,
Okay.
which is a white field with a red cross on it. The lance, incidentally, is called Ascalon. So you've got it's not a long flight back. It's so relatively close.
And why I'll explain everything to these guys over the call.
So we cut back. What's happened to you guys after seeing that mural?
What else is in that space? Is it just a?
Seeing the mural makes you want to leave that space as soon
I
as
pretty much wanted to
humanly-
leave that space before even seeing the mural.
Okay, so you guys have left here now.
We'll take pictures of it though.
Absolutely. So you've got scans.
We
You're
sent them
basically.
off to them already.
I think it's sort of is simultaneous here, where because the amount of like looking around and stuff like that, and then bashing the thing open. I think it's probably a simultaneous amount of
We're
time.
like phoning you, panting,
So you
yelling.
see-
You're phoning us,
You're
panting,
walking back
screaming.
towards the thing. You're walking way back towards the Maru when you see the launch kind of go, zooming over. It swings around. And it's moving really quickly, and then it redocks with the what do you call it, the launch whatever on the
Right,
top of
the
Maru.
dock bay there.
And that's when you get this panic kind of. What do you guys say to them right away?
I'll just relay and like, the monks are fucking crazy. They tried to kill me. We killed 3 of them, and they're probably
I
coming
killed
to
one
get
of
us.
them.
They think we're corrupt and we have to die. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, we killed 3 of them.
Yes.
The women are sort
Sorry.
of like, "Are you okay?
Oh,
Are you okay,
I'm
Will?"
fine. I'm fine. The laser pistol, just a little kink in my
You were
finger
so
here.
brave. You're still picking bits of rock in the fucking.
And I'm okay.
I know.
Confused.
I don't know who would use such beastly things.
Can I have my
Harold,
pistol back?
take your pistol.
Oh, although they don't know our numbers because the monks who I talked to are all dead.
Yeah,
Jerry,
yeah, maybe.
did they warn you about this? And Shuji brings up on his comms the picture of the
Because this is just too good.
Yeah, something like
To
that.
not share again.
Because
I wanted to see it.
I never saw it the first time.
they
You guys didn't see it the first time?
No, you
I-
just
Well,
showed
sorry,
them.
guys.
they ramble on about some post-apocalyptic. Is there Ash in the center with a chainsaw in the background?
Something. Good lord,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
What's in the middle?
Turns out Will is the villain the whole time.
Oh my!
You thought that I was a simple magician. Absolutely got it. Like something has the same horrible feeling you felt before. You feel hollow at this point, and small.
Okay.
And when they mention it mentions the dragon, you're not sure what word that you would give to the presence that you brush up against a second time, but that's not a bad word for it.
Okay.
So you get back, and
You mean Harry likes it?
No, it's not a bad description for it. That's what he's saying.
What description?
Dragon.
Oh, the dragon. Yeah.
so you guys rejoin. You go down the airlock, back down into the rest, the central part of the Maru. Around the same time, you guys are walking back in. You're back in the same area, in the central area. Those mattresses are still all over the fucking place, and you guys now get a chance to compare notes. You've seen that mural that's in the basement now. What the fuck do you make of that?
That looks ancient in a way to this area.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe even older than this facility.
No, the wall is definitely well, at least what Jim would be able to tell you is where the wall is that this thing is painted on. That seems to be the proper side. What seems to have happened is they had that mural on there and someone sealed up with a new wall.
Okay.
Why they wouldn't destroy that thing or tear it down, you don't know why.
Right.
There's not an answer to be had there. But yeah, it was a false wall that was built, and the false wall is likely around the same age. You also found the source of it. There is a massive rent in the side of the foundation near where the wall, like adjacent to the, or perpendicular, I guess, to the mural, and that's where this water is fucking pouring. And just that this false wall was not sufficient.
Do we
to
really
maintain
want this station anymore?
That's where the water keeps coming from. That's why you
No,
have.
I think what we do is we take everything we can and
Absolutely,
we
yeah.
leave
Yeah,
this
okay.
station.
You could have done
It's
that
a
while you were down
planet,
there, also,
like
if you
move
want.
somewhere else.
So
on the
it's getting
planet
pumped out now.
and hope that
basement's
this
getting
thing
pumped
doesn't
out.
follow us.
So
But did I unlock it?
probably.
can I point out one other thing?
Mhm.
You obtained that database, and the only thing you looked up were schematics.
See if there's some historical data.
Yeah, I'm gonna see what else I can find on there.
Yeah.
It's to find a needle in a haystack, you do need to be looking for the needle. So
Okay.
what do you?
What do you guys think I should be looking for?
I gotta go to the washroom.
The
quickly,
dragon.
so-
How about the no?
You found the dragon.
lance.
The lance.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Search. We do have the name now. We know it's something.
So, like
Search term
historically, the dragon actually resided at the bottom of the lake. and its venom poisoned all of the townspeople. And to the point where, to keep it placated, they were offering it sacrifices, human sacrifices. And the legend goes that happened up until the point where, because it was through lottery, and it ended up being the king's daughter, and he was like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would you kind of give me a
Yeah, I have heard this story.
Can I,
Give me a telepathy.
So
No, give me a clairvoyance and psi check, please.
9.
yeah, so
Okay.
that's how it.
You had a vision while you were unconscious. What the vision was of a knight made of a gray and greasy stone or metal who stands before a fearsome beast of darkness and flame. This beast coils and turns in the darkness, its massive scales scratching unseen against the surface of the cave. And the only real sign of it is its sinister red eyes and its gaping white teeth. And from within that dagger-filled maw comes a gouting inferno. The knight holds up his shield, and he's slowly burned away, reduced to nothing but a pile of slag. As soon as the flame ends, another knight steps out from the shadows, made of the same greasy, gray metal or stone. Raises its shield as a bulwark. And you can tell that there are more and more behind, waiting in turn to face this beast. That's what you saw.
Okay.
Sorry, I interrupted your conversation, guys. What were you talking about?
Oh, nothing. Dave was just player knowledge recounting the story for us.
Yeah, and that's fine. You guys would have been able to access that stuff before you went. If remember that Professor Marisonar told you that the legendary of the Order of Altonia Al-Sahira is it basically has an unbroken belief in the order, or the belief in stories of St. George.
Right.
So.
Well, I guess I will search for references in the database to Ascalon.
Ascalon?
Ascalon, sorry.
Okay. Ascalon, so there's nothing about a Narnian dragon or a lion. In database, okay, so you're going to give me a computers check, please. What is that? Electronics computers?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Unfortunately, it again, like searching the database or something like that is going to take 5 hours.
Just for a term?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because again, it's not like a like a clear database. You've retrieved 2,500-year-old data that was archived using a language and system that's completely unknown and unused right now, developed in an independent part of the world, and trying to use that broken data and then search through that.
What if I just tried to pull up the most recent video files it had on to see what happened, like at the collapse of this?
Again, I think it still will take you all.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess Ascalon it is. I will be busy doing this. Unless you guys can think of a better plan.
Well, it's other things. If you're taking that long, you guys can be spending quite a bit of time doing other stuff too.
And we might want to relocate this ship to, I don't know. Oh, it doesn't fucking move.
Yeah.
We might want to, remember how I was talking about putting like defensive positions around the ship? We might want to do that.
Does the ship come equipped with any like guns or anything? Like, I mean, ship-based weapons?
No.
But we could, we could just put barriers around it. flower pots, I mean, things that would give us cover if we had to make
Flower
it
pots.
and shoot. Well, I mean, that's what you said were
Here
around,
we
like
go.
those really big ones.
Yeah.
And you fill them with
And
dirt.
you've got the what do you call it?
And we got those guys all there, the labor.
You have, remember that giant piece of cargo of construction equipment.
Yeah.
You got a 40-ton, effectively like hover backhoe or whatever.
Well, let's get the construction workers to build a wall around the ship.
Okay.
Or like a barrier, not necessarily like but whatever.
A berm.
What you'll be doing is you're going to tear up the ferrocrete that makes up the landing board. Then to do that, is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, sure. Or grab whatever we can.
How wide of a berm do you think do you see?
How tall is the ship?
Ship in that picture that we were looking at, it looks to be it's pretty tall, I thought. I don't know, what is that, like 40 feet? 30
yeah,
feet, maybe?
possibly.
It's about 40. Oh wait, that's the person there.
Yeah.
50, 60 actually.
The other thing is we could just climb on top and shoot down. I'm just worried that.
What do you want to know how
without
long the ship is?
A high.
Right. I'm just worried about without a barrier or something, they'll just run up to the ship and start trying to pry off the doors. And once the doors are off, then we're fucked.
The ship's probably something like 30 feet tall. I mean, it's
It's also made of pretty sturdy stuff. I mean, it's
You probably want.
I hate to do it, but I gotta go.
Okay.
It's 12:30 and get early.
Okay.
Character sheets here.
So we will leave. Okay, we'll figure out what happens with Harry. Harry shares.
Harry's in rough shape, anyways.
Well, here's what I think happens: is Harry shares with his brother. He sort of like gives you this faraway look in his eyes, and he tells you about the scene he has, and then he feigns dead away.
Can we take a 5-minute pause?
Not dead away,
Sure.
just feigns away.
Is it dead away?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did he faint dead away?
He's not dead.
Okay.
He just dead away is a term of art. You know what we'll do is we'll end this recording here,
Okay.
and then we will come back and wrap up. Is that coach?
Well,
for you guys, or-
how long are we going to play? Because I got to go eventually, too.
You're welcome to crash here if you want to.
I know, but I have stuff.
Let's.
to do
Well, you know what we'll do is
tomorrow,
we'll end the recording here, and then we'll figure out what's going to happen with the session. So, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 2 of our adventure.
Part 3.
Well, 3. Yes, we created characters, and then this is the second part of the adventure. So, we will be back soon. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns about the video, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section below, and we will endeavor to respond in a timely fashion. Thank you so much.